Getting nasty on the Tuesday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. We start the show off with the Monday Night Football game last night. I was thinking about this as I was watching the Chiefs self-destruct right in front of us in a game that they have won over and over and over and over again under Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. But last night felt like the reverse.
Ooh, yeah.
It was the Chiefs that made the mistakes in the end, instead of being the team that is often on the receiving end of that and just saying, hey, if we just keep moving forward, our opponent is going to fast lane up. Last night was the Chiefs. The attention to detail has gone by the wayside for Kansas City. They're still an incredible team. Mahomes, Reid, the defense is still very good despite the collapse last night. But when Harrison Butker kicks the ball out of bounds after scoring what should have been the game-winning touchdown and handing the ball back to Jacksonville at the 40, giving away free yards, I thought, this is no longer the Chiefs dynasty team that we have either fallen in love with or have loved to hate because they're so good. And I feel like this happens with teams, and you guys can talk more about this. Jamie, you were part of the Red Wings team that won a cup. Carey, obviously, you won a Super Bowl with the Steelers. But it feels as though that teams like this almost forget what it takes and what it needed to build success early on. The attention to detail, last night's penalties, kicking the ball out of bounds, all of that. And there's Mahomes, despite giving 30 seconds left or whatever it was, he calls back-to-back timeouts, which obviously you can't do. The attention to detail last night was horrible for Kansas City, and they deserved to lose the game in the manner in which they did, which was watching Trevor Lawrence fall down like a drunk man. Stumble, get up, and still find his way into the end zone.
Fall down, stumble again, back to the ground, get up, and run for a touchdown. So I have a lot of gripes about last night's game, and I wish I could have talked to BK because he's a Chiefs guy, and he'd probably defend them right now. But
I believe he did today.
Did he?
Well, he was wrong. But anyways, you're 100% right about the details. Like the Chiefs, I go back to the Super Bowl where they had already prepared for the coin flip in overtime, how they were going to play, all of these details. We complimented the crap out of them. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Yeah. The one team didn't even know the rules. The other one had a game plan.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, all right. And you just keep going on and on and on. Andy Reid always has a game plan. Patrick Mahomes is dialed in. They're all on the same page. This season overall has not been that way, and last night was ugly. I have to go back to a couple of things. One, the Butker thing. Dude, how long have you been in the league? Mm-hmm. How long have you been in the league? That's the worst thing he could have done, is kick it out of bounds. So one, huge mistake there. Patrick Mahomes, back-to-back timeouts. Dude, come on. What are you, Chris Webber? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, Webber didn't have any timeouts.
Yeah, well, just as bad, Anthony. Just as bad. And then here's the one that gets me, and maybe, CD, you can clarify this for me, because it drove me nuts last night. The Kansas City Chiefs, on two of the touchdown scores for sure, and then multiple plays, had multiple sets of hands on the ball carriers and couldn't tackle them. The tackling was terrible. Even on Trevor Lawrence's final one, like, the guy's but he gets two hands on him. That's a big lineman. Like, you got to at least slow him down.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence ripped through. And then a couple of other and even on the one interception return, guy gets two hands on him. Guy just keeps running through it. All of a sudden, the hands are broken, and I'm like, how can you not tackle and play in the NFL?
Well, tackling is poor. I think throughout the league, because they don't practice nearly as much or with the intensity that we used to. You don't have as many tackling sessions. You don't have as many padded practices. It has kind of been dialed back. It has been dialed back a lot because of injury concern. But the Kansas City Chiefs were playing with fire all year last year. They had, I think it was 11 or 12 games. They won one possession games where they won those games. They were 11-0, 12-0. This year they're 0-3. And it's one of the conversations that we talked about, that I talked about last year, as to why I didn't think that they were that good of a team. And you all, you don't know spit about football. I'm sorry.
I never said that.
Not you. I heard it on the text line a lot. You know, this guy's dumb. Get him off the air. He's a dumbass. So that's how I assume they sound when they're talking to their friends. Listen to this idiot. He's talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. And then they got smoked in the Super Bowl.
Is there a nice way to call someone a dumbass?
Nah,
okay,
not
just
really.
wondering.
No, not really.
No.
But they were playing with fire all year last year. And some of the issues that you saw last year, they were able to get away with. They're just not able to do it this year. Again, this might be the fourth game. I'm pretty sure it is. Patrick Mahomes is your leading rusher. That ain't going to get it done, man. Like, I don't care. He can't be your. He does everything for this team. He's getting paid $50 million. I get all of that. He is a future Hall of Famer if he stopped playing today. But he can't be your leading rusher week after week after week. That's poor. The interception that he threw down there, that was a hell of a play by Lloyd. Like, that was, he jumped out of nowhere, jumped in the receiver spot, and then he took it 99 yards. Great effort by some of the guys. Great effort by the Jacksonville Jaguars of trying to cut guys off and let them get to the end zone. I agree with you. You got to get him on the ground. Patrick Mahomes took a shot at him. He missed.
Wow.
And Devin Lloyd.
He choked the you-know-what out of him.
Tyquan Thornton put together a great effort. He was flying,
Patrick
but then
Mahomes
he
made it look
was
like
trying
he
to punch
wanted
the
to
ball
stop
out.
him.
He was trying to
made
stop
a
him.
business decision.
Nah, he was trying to stop him.
You go back and look at that. He got hit with a blow dart.
He was trying to stop him.
I missed him.
Nobody else could stop him. Nobody else could catch him. So the Chiefs had plenty of opportunities. Trevor Lawrence threw I don't want to say a terrible interception, because I think it was a pass interference that wasn't called, and the down there in his own territory, and the Chiefs picked it off. But the Jags just kept finding ways to rebound and respond. And then the one thing, the number of penalties that the Kansas City Chiefs had, 13 penalties for 109 yards.
It was like almost every other play, it felt like.
Every
it was
kickoff
awful.
return was a holding call.
Big kickoff return, holding.
It was really bad in terms of not doing your job well enough to win that game.
By the way, that was a phantom hold call. He got him on the ground. He pancaked
the
him.
first one was a phantom hold call. The first one when he got the long return, the guy was slipping.
Like, come on.
He slipped and fell, and 43 just kind of set him down.
That was ridiculous.
The other one was a hold.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the game, that was a hold. Then they have the penalty where it's two people blocking. One person can't do that. Got to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, there were just too many mistakes on the Kansas City Chiefs end to win that game. And the pass interference call in the end zone that allowed that when Brian Thomas jumps back and tries to catch the ball, it was pass interference. You know, you're going to have Kansas City Chiefs fans upset. I think the play before that was a pass interference too by McDuffie, where he's grabbing on I forget which receiver it was.
Yeah.
He's holding on. He's grabbing all over him. But, you know.
That one was okay. It was probably the letter of the law. Probably was PI.
Yeah.
But the one in McDuffie in the end zone was
definitely
clear. Yeah.
So I just think the Kansas City Chiefs they're not good enough to sustain and win games in this manner. Like, you give up 31 points, just not taking care of the ball, just too many mistakes, too many things happening for this team to win that game and win the way that they kept winning last year.
And I realize that the Jaguars won the game. Kansas City was the story. It's just it is what it is. But let's give Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars a lot of credit. And CD, you said last week, Jaguars are a top 10 team. I imagine that when we do our Fastlane stack them later on, we're all going to have the Jaguars somewhere in the top 10. So, CD, I give you a lot of credit. I thought you were high as a kite.
I know.
And maybe you were.
Yeah.
But for having them 5.
How'd it work?
After who knows? I don't know what you do. Either way, I love you. 5 seem a little high, but we're going to all have him in the top 10. Trevor Lawrence made 2 passes on that last drive that were on a dime. Perfect spot. Nothing Kansas City's defenders could have done about it. So let's give credit to Lawrence, and we will talk about him a little bit later on. But look, the story again, it's the Chiefs, and it seems like the dynasty is unraveling. It's not finished, but we are seeing this thing unraveling.
They're going to have to reset. We saw the New England Patriots have to reset after
Multiple
their
times.
first run of championship wins, and they had to take some time off, readjust, reset, and figure out how they're going to win games now. I said that Steve Spagnuolo, he's gonna blitz, and if you catch him, you're gonna make big plays. You should always, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, as a quarterback, you should always assume the defense is blitzing. It makes it much easier when they don't. Now, if you don't prepare for the blitz and they blitz, you're screwed. It's bad business. You're going to get sacked. You're going to get hit in the face. You're going to fumble. You're going to throw it to someone else. But you should always assume that they're going to blitz. Travis Etienne, I know he didn't have a hell of a game running the ball, but when I talk about pass protection,
That was nice.
my God.
How he stepped back.
Up and go hit a linebacker in the face is what you're supposed to do as you can play for me any day.
There was I think the right tackle also made a great play when he came back. That's what I thought you were saying, but you're right. ETN had a huge block where he stepped up
and tranquil, and the right tackle. It was that last play.
That right tackle when he kicked back
and just got a piece of him.
That was pretty.
And that's all you have to do. Just don't stop. And the pass protection for the Jacksonville Jaguars last night, they kept going. They didn't stop. Travis Etienne was outstanding in pass pro. The offensive line did a really good job and allowing Trevor Lawrence to find those receivers downfield.
Yeah. So, somebody's going to get punished today, unfortunately. If the Jaguars won last night, that would mean CD and Jamie would be tied.
Yeah.
We have the results. Somebody's going to get punished probably in the second hour today. So it'll either be Jamie or Carey. Either way, we lost as a team, too. We're now down 3-2.
We got to be better,
The Rizzuto Show. We do have to be better. The Chiefs have to be better, and so do we as the Fast Lane. Yeah. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What is the state of Milan Lucic with the Blues? What's his status? He was not on the roster, but what does this mean? What are the options? Jamie went over them a little bit yesterday. He'll go over them again and give us his latest thoughts on Lucic and whether or not he will be a Blue at some point over the next, month or so, a couple of weeks. That's next on 101 ESPN.
I've been outspoken about this forever. Those are my favorite players, and Milan Lucic is one of them. And I sure hope he sticks around and has a great comeback year. And I was kind of peeking up at the TV, and it's 3-0, maybe 4-0 at that time. And one of the Blackhawks decided he was going to start doing some face washes and little jabs, and all of a sudden, Luch kind of comes around and just looks at the kid, and he wouldn't make eye contact. And then the face-off happened, and he had to line up next to him, and they had him right there in the camera. And the kid was like,
that's more than I want to
He won't look at him.
Yeah.
He won't look at him. He wouldn't. He ended up taking a tripping penalty just so he could get off the ice.
That's the great Brett Hull on the Ice Guardians podcast, and he was talking about Milan Lucic. And Jamie, that's one of the things that you have said about Lucic in terms of you making the case for why Lucic was given the contract, the tryout contract, and why the Blues, if he is in good shape, will retain him. And this is what you said months ago when Lucic received the contract, or a month ago. What do you think is going on right now with Lucic and the fact that the Blues did announce their roster? He's not on it as of right now, but as you laid out yesterday, for those that might be concerned he won't make the team or he won't be on the team at all, what are the options that the Blues have?
Well, Doug Armstrong talked today. I'll let Army say it in his own words, and then we can break down everything from there. And here was the update Doug Armstrong gave earlier today at the practice rink regarding Milan Lucic.
He got banged up the last couple of games, really, so his PTO is obviously over. What we're going to do is rehab him here, get him back up to health-wise to 100%, and then likely reconnect on a PTO, with an in-season PTO, to get him up and running and see where he's at then.
All right, so that's the latest update. And if you go further into it, it's a situation where this is a 37-year-old player who hasn't played an organized game in almost 2 years. And it's one thing to be in incredible shape, and you can be in the weight room, on the track, skating, on the ice, everything. But once you start getting into resisted reps, is what I call it, to where you're playing against other humans who are now pushing back against you, certain things pop.
Man.
You get a hip flexor, you get a groin, you get an elbow, a shoulder, like something that just like, can't simulate that in the summertime. And so for Luch, it's been, extended period of time, but the rest of his game has looked pretty good. So if you're the Blues, this is low risk for you. He's on a current PTO, and what they're going to do is they're going to rehab him here in St. Louis, get him to be 100%, and then they have the option of signing an in-season PTO. They have an option of signing him to an American Hockey League PTO and have him play 10 to 14 days down there. I forget the number of games. And then they can make a decision based upon a healthy Milan Lucic rather than just not giving him the opportunity. And here's the thing you have to remember is, I'm sure some people are, well, why are they even bothering? Well, why do they want him so bad? Did you hear Brett Hull? Brett Hull said it was amazing in Chicago how all of a sudden, everybody turned into a finesse player. We're not doing the face washes anymore. We're not doing the headlocks. We're not doing the hitting from behind because, well, they got that guy. And it really does work. It deters, especially like the lore of Milan Lucic. These young kids, all they have to do is go YouTube him. And they look at it and go, holy crap. Like, he'd one-punch Curtis McDermott, knocked him out cold. That's one of the biggest guys in the league. Like, there's not anybody he can't manhandle out there. But he has to be able to play. And when Luch is on his game, he can play. He can give you fourth line minutes, get to the front of the net, scored a goal preseason. How did he do it? Went to the front of the net, puck went off him into the net. This is what the Blues are wanting from their blue-collar type players. So, and talking to some people down at the rink today, too, they said, don't kid yourself. Like, the NHL is trending back into a more violent league, more physical. How about that? More physical for the, some of the people out there. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I apologize, Carey.
No, I like.
Oh, okay. You're happy with the violence? Yeah. So violent/physical. Just take a look at preseason. So when I came into the league, preseason looked a lot like it did this year. Every game you had 6-7 guys in the penalty box each side, fights all over the place, things are happening. You had Toronto and Montreal, Toronto and Ottawa. You had Ottawa, Montreal. You had all these things. And then how about the Lightning and the Panthers? They go back-to-back games with like astronomical penalty minutes. The Lightning get fined $100,000 and players are fined. This is preseason. So if you don't have a little bit of pushback yourself in your lineup, you might be the odd man out now in the NHL. And Braden Shen can't continue to do it all by himself. Nathan Walker, God love him. He's one of my favorite players, if not the favorite player. But he's 5'7", 5'8". He's not scaring anybody. Is he willing to get in the battle? Absolutely. He's in there. He's in the battle. Tyler Tucker's a big, tough kid. But what a difference it makes to have, well, I would say, the king of the jungle on left wing on the fourth line.
Yeah.
And just have him patrol.
So Jamie, my read on this would be, I wonder if the Blues have seen a lot, but maybe not enough. And they,
for sure.
You know, it's a situation where they just need a little bit more. They just need to see a little bit more of what you talked about as the caveat to having that guy be on your line or being on your team, know that he can throw one leg over and kind of quell some of the chippy play that the opponent might bring to the table. But they do need to see a little bit more from he's got to play, though. So my concern would be they like him, but then he says, all right, look, I feel like I've played it. I've done enough here. I'm going to try to get a contract with another team.
Hey, then the Blues have a decision to make. I believe that there's probably an agreement on the table between Doug Armstrong and Lucic and his agent or whatever, his camp, we'll call it, that when the road, there's a fork in the road, we'll talk and we'll make decisions. So if we get to a point as a club where we just don't think you're ever going to get to that spot of being what we could use in the lineup, we're probably going to let you go. If we get to a spot where we think you're healthy and you've proven that you can be a useful commodity for us, we're going to offer you a contract. In the meantime, if you go down to the American Hockey League or you sign these PTOs and somebody else calls you and offers you a contract, you have the choice then to leave and go to that team or let us match the contract. And we might say no anyways. This is a no-risk move for the St. Louis Blues.
Sure.
There's zero risk. No money's being spent right now. He doesn't occupy a roster spot. You're going to let him get healthy. And if he is the player that he can be for 45, 50 games a year at 10, 11 minutes a game and then playoffs, that's a win for your club. If he's not going to be that player, I guarantee the Blues will not sign him. They
Seems pretty straightforward to me. Marsh, you got any thoughts there?
I'm just wondering, like, what his role. You know, let's say he is on the team for the season. Is it more like spot duty with certain teams that they play, like more heavier teams he'll be in there, or are they just going to let him play? And if the Blues are playing well, he's in the lineup, he'll continue to play. What does that look like? Because he is an older gentleman. He hasn't played in a while, and maybe you want to limit his ice time or the amount of games that he's playing. You know, do you have like a certain number of games in mind in the regular season for him?
Yeah, like I just said, I think 40 to 50 games somewhere in there is probably reasonable. And if you're strategizing against certain teams, I wouldn't see that to be out of line. Some of the bigger, heavier teams, if you got them coming into the building or you're going into their building, probably want to make sure you have him in the lineup. If you've got a smaller, super skilled team that really there's no risk of anything going on out there, then maybe you give him that night off. He's an aging player. I think Milan Lucic, the beauty of this is I think he knows where he's at as a player. One, he's very thankful for an opportunity to continue trying to play in the National Hockey League. And I think he knows that if he makes this team and he's told he's going to play 40, 45 games, I think he'd be happy with that.
I think you signed this guy for the playoffs.
Yeah. The ultimate plan for this guy is to have him down the stretch and for playoffs when all the intensity is sky high and you need those big bodies and you need leadership. And a guy's won a cup before, too. That's another cup winner that's now on your roster.
This Thursday is the Blues home opener. As you know, Blues fans are invited to an opening night rally at Union Station to kick off festivities, which 101 ESPN will be a part of this Thursday from 3 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. BK and Ferrario and us in the Fast Lane will both broadcast live from Enterprise Center on Thursday before the game. Pre-game coverage with Alex Ferrario will start at 6 p.m. on 101. all leading up to the puck drop, of course, between our Blues hosting the Wild at 7 o'clock. And you can listen to the game coverage on the Blues Radio Network again right here on 101 ESPN. So catch all the action this Thursday on 101. What will be the number one factor, the number one determining factor in this Mizzou-Alabama game on Saturday? We'll get into that conversation next on 101 ESPN. With football season now in full swing, you can play at Underdog. It is the absolute best place to cash in on all your football takes all season long, and you can do it right here in our state of Missouri. So you could be watching a game on Sunday or Thursday or Monday night, and you could do it from your couch, and you can play Underdog. In fact, they got live plays as well. But playing on Underdog, I enjoy it because it's easy. You just choose whether or not a player is going to go higher or lower on their stats. That's it. You build up your card, and if your card and your entries win, well, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play for as little as $1, in fact. So $1 can, catch you depending on how many players that you choose in a certain game or a certain slate, because you don't have to just stick with one game. You can win $5. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. When it comes to playing on Underdog, that's it right there. It's easy. So find a matchup or two that you like, pick a couple of players, and then you can cash in. So download the app today. Sign up with my promo code Anthony, just my first name, to score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. Again, my first name, Anthony. Make sure you use that whether you go to the website or you download the app. Either way is good. Use the promo code Anthony to get that bonus fund for you of $100. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.inspeakgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the show. Monday Night Football, the Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 31-28. We talked a little bit about that. We will also talk with Dylan Holloway at 3 o'clock, Blues forward, so make sure you tune into that. Also last night, the Brewers and the Dodgers went up 2-0 in the NLDS in their respective series. The Blue Jays have an opportunity to knock out the Yankees and head to the ALCS. You can listen to that game. It's game 3 between the Yanks and the Blue Jays. Pregame starts at 6:30. First pitch tonight at 7:08. There is a massive game this weekend featuring your favorite college football team. We'll discuss it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Alabama heads to Columbia this weekend in what could be the game of the week in college football with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and that's I'm not overlooking, of course, number 1, Ohio State traveling to Champaign.
Anthony, we'll
to
get
take
to
on
that.
17,
We'll
number
get to that
17,
tomorrow.
Illinois. We will talk about that game. We will spend a lot of time. Well, we'll spend time talking about these two games. But number 8, Alabama, visits number 14, Missouri. CD, if I were to ask you, and look, in a football game, there's never one play that determines a game. Even in a last-second Hail Mary situation, that's still one of many plays that happen during a course of a game. There's also never one facet of a game that really determines a winner or loser. However, if we are going into this game, if I were to ask you what will be the number one factor, or who or what will be have the biggest impact in determining a winner or loser at Memorial Stadium this weekend, what do you think that is?
It's going to be interior. It's going to be offensive line, defensive line play. For me, that is, I'll start there every single time. Defensively, can you not be moved and get penetration? Offensively, can you move a man against his will? And whichever team does that better generally wins the game, because if the defensive line can create pressure and penetration, that's going to ruin the run game. That's going to make the quarterback uneasy in the pocket. It's going to make him uncomfortable to be able to step up or try to get outside of the pocket. Those things are the things that win games. And conversely, if you stop that from happening as an offensive line, if you can get 2 yards of moving the line of scrimmage 2 yards, that's going to open up run lanes. That's going to allow your passer to have more room in the pocket. So whichever team, in my opinion, can control the line of scrimmage, and I know that sounds bland as hell. It sounds boring. Most people don't know offensive linemen from defensive, who's on the line, who's not. The only time you know the name or the number is when there's a holding penalty or a false start or an offsides. But if you want to win football, especially in the SEC and the Big Ten, you got to control the line of scrimmage. So for me, whichever team is able to do that to the best of their ability is probably going to be the team that wins this game. And it's not sexy. It's not pretty. But you will know who's getting dominated on either side of the ball if that takes place on that line of scrimmage.
I'm right there with you. I'll add to it. For me, I go back to the Georgia game that Alabama played 2 weeks ago now. When Alabama went to Athens and beat Georgia, there were a couple of plays that Georgia was able to produce in the running game because Alabama got caught inside and the plays were bounced outside. So whether it was the edge not being set properly or contain from like the defensive backs, the contain wasn't proper, and Georgia was able to bust off some long runs. If you go back and watch the Alabama-Vanderbilt game, Vanderbilt, it was actually the opposite. When they had a couple of big runs, it was because the contain guys contained, but then they didn't make a play. And there were some seams from the interior of Vanderbilt's offensive line that created some bigger runs. So it's almost as like Alabama emphasized containing the outside, and it caused Vanderbilt to have, break off some runs inside. My point is whether Mizzou is able to get on the outside, get to the edge, or interior, I think there's plays to be made against this Alabama defense from Mizzou's ground attack. And we know Ahmad Hardy has been, he's a Heisman candidate right now because of what he's done.
So for Alabama, defensively, you have to stop the run, right? Ahmad Hardy, I think, is number one in rushing in college football right now. He's doing a great job. One or two. He's doing a great job of running the football, and that allows you to open up some things in the passing game. Bo Pribula can use his legs to get out of the pocket. So defensively, you got to make sure you're rushing with those outside contained men and not going inside and not allowing the quarterback to get around the edge, and you got to get pressure up in the middle. And conversely, again, if you're the offensive line for Mizzou, you can't allow that to happen. You got to keep the pocket clean. You got to double team and get up to that linebacker so that the run game can continue to do what it's been doing all season long. And none of this is these are the least talked about people in all of sports. Offensive linemen do not get any type of love or adoration or anything. And the only time you know them is when they mess up. It's like a snapper and a holder. You don't know their names until it's a bad snap or a bad hold on a field goal. You're like, who the hell is this guy? He's been there for 10 years, man. You never knew him.
It's like Notre Dame's third-string quarterback, the poor kid who botched the extra point snap against Texas A&M. Yes, he did.
He was Alabama. He started the game for Alabama last year.
Stick him on those hands.
He's got to be better.
They only showed him on TV 42 times.
And that's the one time your family doesn't want you to be on TV.
Yeah.
That's because the coach wanted to make sure they knew who to blame.
Yeah. They're looking at the camera. This guy.
Hey, get the camera on the kid. This one here.
Switch his make him get a green jersey on right now.
But yeah, for me, again, I think the offensive line play from Mizzou has been really good this year. But I was looking at this Outland Trophy, which is given to the best offensive lineman or defensive lineman in college football. Alabama has 3 offensive linemen on the Outland Trophy watch list. Mizzou has 1, which means they are some of the better players in the country at that position. If you can control and contain everything at the line of scrimmage, that team will win the game. Now, the other part you need to know about is a guy named Ryan Williams, who is a spectacular athlete for Alabama.
Yeah.
Catches a lot of touchdown passes, does a lot of good things in the pass game, and Ty Simpson has done a great job of finding those guys downfield and making big plays. Him and Bernard have been really good in the passing game for Alabama. So again, Mizzou, get penetration, get to the quarterback, get him off of his spot, don't make it comfortable for him, and it starts with the offensive line, defensive line play. But contain that back end and don't allow big plays to happen, because if you do, it's going to be a long day.
Carey, it's a perfect transition because that's where I was going too. If Mizzou can run the ball, you control time of possession, you can control things, you control the game with your running game. All of that goes away if you can't get to Ty Simpson and he's able to complete some big passes. Yeah. Now, Mizzou knows they've had some issues giving up big plays. Eli Drinkwitz has addressed this. He did it after, I believe, the South Carolina game when you had a bunch of mix-ups and two players got benched. They're aware of it. That's great. You got to fix it, though. One of the ways you can combat that, obviously, is you have a tremendous front seven. And Zion Young, I don't think Alabama has faced pressure like they will from Mizzou's front yet. Like even Georgia, they have a lot of inexperienced players on the edge. They don't generate a great pass rush. Mizzou will be Alabama's fiercest test when it comes to that. But you can control the game. I remember you saying this one time about Peyton Manning. It's like, yeah, we dominated time of possession. Cool, Peyton just went 3 plays. Scores tied. Like all that work that you do to possess it, to control, which you should, by the way, control the game. Can be undone in a blink because Ryan Williams got loose for 78. Right. So I agree with you. It does start up front, but more specifically, if Mizzou can control the game on the ground, fantastic. But if they allow a bunch of big plays, this could go sideways in a hurry. Either way, I think it's going to be a fantastic game. And if you look at it, I know, Carey, you're not into the point spread and all that, but Alabama's only laying 3, which means they'd be about a 5.5, 6-point favorite at home. I think this is a pretty even matchup, and I think odds makers are looking at it too. I'll give you that prediction on Friday. Go Tigers. MIC.
COU.
Damn right. Carey?
Who you got, Carey?
Godala.
Wow.
Who's LSU playing this weekend?
I don't know.
Ed Orgeron.
They're playing,
Ed Orgeron. Who do you have?
I don't know who they're playing.
Let's see.
Who are they playing? My computer just froze.
They're playing South Carolina? No. Are they?
LSU, yeah, they're at home against South Carolina.
There you go.
Look at you.
Oh, I told you I'm back with college football, baby.
They're playing. They're hosting South Carolina.
Go
Night
Tigers.
You're proud of me
game.
right now, aren't you?
I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. All right, we have your chance right now to win free tickets to see 9 Inch Nails February 25th at Enterprise Center. Tickets for 9 Inch Nails go on sale this Wednesday, October 8th at noon. But we've got your chance to win free tickets for the show before you can even buy them tomorrow morning. So text in now at 314-399-9646, which is the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh is actually going to give you your trivia question today.
All right, 9 Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack for what new movie that stars Jared Leto? It's coming out here soon. What movie is that?
And you got to be specific, right, Marsh?
Be specific.
Yeah. So
Like
it's
how specific?
very specific.
very
movie
specific.
title. Yeah. We're not just going to be handing out these tickets. You know what I mean? Even though they're free, we're not just going to be handing them out. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you're the 101st texter with the correct answer to that question, you will go see 9 Inch Nails. You can find all the ticket details and a bonus shot to score free tickets for 9 Inch Nails right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app, which is powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers.
I'm already looking at the text line. There's a lot of non-specific text messages coming in.
You still got a chance. Text again. You got to be specific. Marsh was very adamant about this when we were discussing this in the break. All right. Jamie's favorite quarterback has a new landing spot, and Jamie is already feeling this team's chances go sky high to make
It's
the playoffs.
about to change, baby.
We'll talk about that quarterback next on 101 ESPN. Well, the man that Jamie calls a future Hall of Famer,
Shoe in.
I don't think so.
Joe Flacco.
All the teams he's played for.
Joe Flacco was dealt today from the Cleveland Browns in the same state, same division. Dealt to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals acquired Joe Flacco in a 2026 sixth-round pick from the Browns for a 2025 fifth-round pick. So Flacco stays in the division where he will no doubt haunt the Browns. Now, Jamie, you said to us in the office before the show that you feel as though the arrow is now pointing up for the Cincinnati Bengals, and you call them a potential playoff sleeper.
Yeah.
Care to expound?
I do. Actually, I think that now that they've got some stability at the quarterback position, albeit Joe Burrow hopefully back before the end of the season, but one thing that Joe Flacco has been able to do is prove that he can keep a team above water long enough to get them into the playoffs. Bengals right now are 2-3, guys. They're not out of it. If you go in the same conference, the Kansas City Chiefs are 2-3. The Ravens are 1-4. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah. The Patriots at 3-2 right now, but we know that ain't gonna last. If you're telling me the Bengals aren't better than the Patriots and some of these other teams in the conference, you're crazy. And now that they've got stability at quarterback from a veteran guy, Carey, a veteran guy who drug a team into the playoffs last year, by the way, let's not forget about that, okay? Drug him in on his freaking back. His aging old back. Drug him in. All this guy has to do is drag this team down the line to where Joe Burrow gets back, and this is a playoff team.
Carey brings a pretty compelling argument up. Your thoughts?
Are we watching the same thing? Same thing? Same team?
What did he do last year?
What did he do this year?
What did he do last year on a real team? The Browns aren't a real team. What did he do last year?
What did he do this year?
Did he bring a team to the playoffs?
No.
What do you mean, no?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
He drugged that team to the playoffs, too.
Jamie, I love you. And I know your love for Joe Flacco knows no bounds. You know? I know.
What, Carey? Unlike you, I cheer for the older gentlemen. I don't kick them down.
You know,
I don't kick the cane away when they're walking.
Fair.
Push them down the stairs. I help them.
Yeah, I don't think you can help Joe.
Hey,
Joe got benched in Cleveland because Joe he's played 4 games. He's thrown 6 interceptions now and threw 2 touchdown
Who the hell is
passes.
he passing to?
He listen.
Does he have Jamar Chase? Does he have Jamar Chase?
The other team.
Does he?
He's throwing it to the other team.
Watch.
The only reason that they decided to
on the
go
Bengals.
after him instead of what they got with Jake Browning, because Jake Browning said, I'll do you one better. I'll play 3.5 games and I'll throw you 8 interceptions.
There you go.
So if we're looking at that, yeah, it's an improvement.
Thank you.
But it ain't that much of an improvement.
Tell you what, the Packers are in trouble. The Packers are in trouble.
Because of Joe Flacco?
Yep. In Green Bay, Joe Flacco going to come marching in with that brand new playbook. He says, I've seen this crap before. I've been in the league 50 years.
Jamie,
you can't throw a new play at me.
He already faced the Packers, too. He knows how to beat them.
He knows.
He knows how to beat them.
We put him at 10.
No, they only scored about 13 points.
Who the hell beat the Packers last time, Carey?
Yeah, the Browns.
Joe friggin' Flacco
He
did.
had probably, I don't think he did much in that game.
He really didn't.
They had 13 points. It was 13-10.
Yeah.
Kidding me? He got him in field goal range.
Yeah.
All he had to do was protect the ball, and he did.
Did he? I don't think he did. He threw 1 interception and no touchdowns.
That's protecting the ball. Could have had 3.
Details.
They matter.
They do matter, but not in this case.
Clearly.
I think Jamie's right.
Oh, do you?
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you.
I guess you all are taking the Bengals versus that Packers team this weekend then, huh?
What have they done?
Who?
All they do is lose to AFC North teams.
Okay.
They can't even beat the Cowboys. They had to tie them.
Yeah.
They almost lost, too.
Team's crap.
Wow.
Packers have the same amount of wins as the Bengals do.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules, guys. I'm just reading.
Now the details matter.
The numbers don't lie.
So I expect both of you all to have the Bengals in your pick'em this week.
No doubt.
Stand on it. You know, Jamie, especially you.
Don't you worry,
You
Carey.
and Joe Flacco, who might not even be playing this week. Who knows?
Well, if he's
I
not
wouldn't
playing, I'm
think
not
so.
taking
I
the
don't think
Bengals.
he
I
is.
mean,
Yeah, that's
come
true.
on, come
Yeah,
on.
this is all
If
Joe's
Joe's
predicated
not
on
playing,
Joe.
then I'm out.
He probably won't, obviously, just because he's new and he
It's
needs
too
to learn
soon.
the playbook.
Yeah, he's
seen
not.
his playbook. He probably has one in his car.
He probably does.
They
He
sent
flips
it to
through
him.
them.
Got enough time.
He got no teams.
He's got a filing cabinet in his trunk.
Carey, you seem
It's all
skeptical.
color-coded.
A little bit. I don't think it matters. I don't think that there's any getting this going in the right direction with whatever quarterback, because the Bengals, they're not going to be good enough. They got outstanding talent around. Anthony, what was the last segment we talked about? What first?
Oh, offensive and defensive lines.
Yeah, because that matters. If you can't protect the quarterback, especially with an older gentleman who may or may not have a cane out there. I don't know, Jamie. I don't know if he plays with a cane in his hand. But he moves a little bit slower than younger people.
He's efficient.
Speaking of a young guy
knows his
that
body.
we can't wait to watch play this year, Dylan Holloway will join us next. Dylan Holloway of your St. Louis Blues joins us next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 3:01, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line where we chat with Dylan Holloway. Dylan Holloway getting ready for the home opener on Thursday. And Dylan, first and foremost, we appreciate you joining us today. And we can't wait till you guys get started. I'm sure you guys are revving to go as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, we're really excited for the season to start.
Hollywood, nice to have you back, buddy. Let's go back a little bit here. Some of our listeners, maybe haven't heard you describe, what you went through last year, and a rather unassuming play, but it ended up being a pretty serious injury for you. So maybe take us back and kind of describe, what happened and kind of what you were feeling at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was just tough bounce, honestly, like you said, like kind of a pretty unassuming play. It was just a hit, and it got me right in the right spot. I think, I honestly, to this day, don't really know how it happened, but it ended up being more extensive than we ever thought, and required a pretty extensive surgery. And I was down and out there for quite a bit. So it was a tough bounce, especially Game 77 of the year that we, scratch and clawed our way into a playoff spot. We were playing so well at that time. Our team was really coming together, and to just have to take a step back and to not play was definitely very hard. And it was hard mentally for sure, but just, all I could really do at that point was cheer on the boys. So I was just trying to be a good teammate and, try not to be a distraction in the room, but still kind of be part of it.
So right after it happens, are you feeling like a tremendous amount of pain, or is it something where you think I can just kind of play through it, or I can ice it up? And because I've had some of those injuries before, you think, it's not that bad, but then you find out later on that it's a little bit worse. Just kind of get a feel for what you were feeling at that point.
Yeah, I mean, immediately it hurt a lot. It was a lot of pain, but when you're in the middle of the game too, you got so much adrenaline. So a lot of times, like you said, you can kind of push through it. And I tried to go back out for one more shift, and I took one stride, and then it was excruciating. So I had to kind of limp off, and I think the time on the clock was only a minute and a half. So I just stayed on the bench. So it wasn't anything crazy. And then walking to the trainer's room after the period was super painful. And I kind of knew something was a little off. I've had, bruises and little injuries and stuff like that before that you can kind of just, you just ice, like you said, and play through it. But I knew something was a little off, and then I got my MRI and got the results back, and they told me what it was. It kind of checked out. I was pretty devastated to hear that, but it checked out with all the pain that I was feeling.
Dylan, I want to take you back to August of 2024 when you hear about the offer sheet and the conversation is taking place. I've never been traded. I've been cut more than once. I've been cut a few times and then got picked up from another team by another team. And the feeling is, this team didn't want me, but another team does. Kind of what was your mindset when you're hearing this offer sheet and all of that whole process is going on? What were you thinking when that was taking place?
Yeah, I mean, that week was crazy just because, going through the negotiations with Edmonton and then, not, signing the offer sheet and not knowing what was going to happen for a full week. It could either be, back to the routine that I was doing for the past 2 years, or I could be going to a completely new city, new people, new coach, everything. It was kind of, it was crazy. I didn't really know how to feel, but once the decision was made, I was all in on being a St. Louis Blue. I was super excited. I had multiple people from the organization call me, reach out, and welcome me. And ever since I stepped foot in St. Louis, I felt completely welcomed. And, it's been great. Our team's such a fun team to be on. Our culture in the room's awesome. I think that, we got a really good squad too. And I think this year we're going to, make some noise in the league. So I'm really excited for this year. And yeah, I mean, going back to that, it was a crazy time, but I think in the end, it all worked out.
Holly, I just want to pick your brain for a second, because you were playing in Edmonton with a fantastic team. You guys were right there at the end, and with any luck at all, you win a Stanley Cup. And then you're going through the process of the offer sheets and whatnot, and your role was slightly lesser with the Oilers, and now it's obviously elevated here with St. Louis. But what are some of the, now that you've got a season under your belt with the Blues and you've played with the Edmonton Oilers, what are some similarities between the two teams that make you think that maybe the Blues aren't that far off from where the Oilers are?
Yeah, good question. I think the makeup of both teams is, it's completely different. Obviously in Edmonton, they got the two best players in the world, and watching those guys every night, it's pretty special to see. And But I think with our group, we got kind of more depth up and down the lineup. Our goaltending tandem is unbelievable. Like, not saying that the goalies in Edmonton weren't good. I think Stu's a great goalie, but I think our goalies are probably the best tandem in the league, honestly. And I'm a little biased, but I think similarities are just like the way that we're starting to approach practice and starting to get our mindset going in like for these games. Like, I think our team kind of believes like how special of a group we can be, and that's probably the biggest thing. Is you just need that belief in your group to go the distance, and I think that we're kind of starting to feel that now.
So your general manager, or not, your president of hockey operations, Doug Armstrong, and your head coach, Jim Montgomery, and talking to them and then seeing some of the quotes from them just regarding you as a player. Army's talked about how, you're one of the hardest working players. You're there on a Sunday morning. He hears the pucks ringing off the crossbar in the practice facility. And Jim Montgomery talking about your competitiveness and just, how hard you play. What does it feel like to get compliments like that from these guys so early in your career? And is there a player that you reference or that you've modeled yourself after from learning from some of the NHL guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it means a lot coming from those guys. I appreciate that a lot. It's a big compliment. I think for me, honestly, like from being in Edmonton for the first 2 years, I just learned a lot from like those top guys. Like watching them like on the ice, off the ice, they're all in all the time on hockey. And I was always like that growing up too, but they really go the extra mile. And I honestly just saw when I was there, like how far away I was from like that level. And the only way to get there is to put in that extra work. And I just kind of become obsessed with it ever since. And, I enjoy it too. I enjoyed like going on the ice early, staying out after, shooting pucks on off days, that kind of thing. So it kind of puts my mind right. And, it's just one of those things that I want to keep doing to try and be the best that I can be.
Dylan Holloway joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Dylan, building off of what you just said, do things... It's a National Hockey League, so things aren't easy. But compared to when you first got into the league, is there less to worry about in the off season when it comes to your training? Do you have more of an idea, like, here's my game plan on how I'm going to attack the season so that I can be prepared for 82-plus games?
Yeah, I mean, I think so for sure. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's not easy. It's never easy, but as the years have gone on, you kind of become a little bit more comfortable on the ice, off the ice, that kind of thing. As far as training goes in the summer, I kind of just put together a plan with my trainer. We look at things that worked well last year, like in training past, and then like what kind of things I want to improve on as far as like speed, strength, mobility, that kind of thing. So we put together a good plan, and then we just try and execute that going forward. So off season, it all depends on like how much you're skating, like I don't know what kind of other training that I have going on, but for the most part, it's a plan that me and my trainer back home, shout out Ross McCain, great trainer. We kind of put together a plan and then go from there.
So Dylan, you in your young career, you've had the opportunity to play for a few different head coaches, and sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, depending on how your career is going. For you, it's a good thing because you're trending upward. But you had Chris Knobloch in Edmonton. You come here to St. Louis, you get Drew Bannister for a short period of time, and now you have Jim Montgomery. When you look at the head coaches that you've had so far, and right now having Jim Montgomery, and hopefully long-term having Jim Montgomery as well, how important is it for you that they have confidence in you, and what have you learned from a guy like Monty?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely huge that they have confidence in myself, and I think one thing that I've learned from him is just how detailed he is. He takes a really detailed approach to getting us ready before games, detailed in practice, and I love that he doesn't let anything slide too. Like, it could be anybody on the team. If they're not executing at a level that they should be, like he'll call you out. So I think that's a good thing to keep everybody honest and accountable. And he's super detailed at the same time. Like he keeps it pretty light too. Like I know you guys know Monty. Like he's a pretty funny guy off the ice, and so like it's nice because like you can talk to him. He's a great guy, but at the same time he keeps you pretty accountable, and he's a very detailed coach.
Dylan, you all begin the season on Thursday against Minnesota, but Saturday you got Calgary. You're from Calgary. How many family, friends, buddies are you going to have at that game?
Quite a few. Yeah, I got my parents, grandparents, a my brother's coming in. I got a bunch of friends. I think aunt and uncle are coming too. So I don't know the exact number, but it's probably around like, I don't know, 15 to 20.
And you're responsible for all the tickets, I'm assuming.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Yeah.
That's a big freight to pay. I remember my first time. Now, this is not your first time, but my first time going back to Ottawa to play when the Senators actually had a team. It was so many tickets. I said, I'm just going to buy a suite. And I told my dad, I said, pass them out to 20 people that you want to give them to. After that, everybody buys their tickets.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
I had to buy 30 when we played here against the Rams.
Oh,
25, 30 tickets.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
it gets expensive.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah, you're just playing for free that day.
Pretty much.
just the best way to think about it though is think of what those people did for you growing up.
go. That's right.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
small
thank
price
you.
to pay, Hollywood. Okay, bud.
That's true.
That's a good way to look at it.
All right, Dylan. Look, man, we appreciate your time today very much. It's a lot of fun watching you play. I'm excited for the season. Can't wait to see what you do, and all the best to you leading into the game on Thursday.
Thanks, Riz. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure, Dylan. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Have a good one.
All right, Dylan Holloway here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. I don't want to shortchange any other Blue, but I gauge from the fan base that he might be the player that everybody's most excited for, most excited to watch. Again, taking nothing away from Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou, even the intrigue of Logan Mailloux, since none of us have seen him play in a Blues uniform. I think everybody is equally excited to watch Dylan Holloway and see what he can do in year 2 with the Blues.
Well, I think it's because, and I don't want to sound unfair in this one, and maybe I'm completely wrong. I've never really asked Army, straight up, like, was his first choice or his first thought Broberg, if and then Holloway, and hopefully we get them both, but if not, maybe I get Broberg. And I feel like, by default, I feel like people just felt that way because Broberg's 6'4", smooth skating defenseman, all these things. And it's not that we didn't acknowledge Dylan Holloway. I don't think people knew as much or about him, and he was playing third line for the Oilers. It was kind of like, okay, he's a nice add-on, like great depth piece. But then when you watch him last year, you're like, okay, this kid's not a depth piece. He drives offense. He drives pace of play. And then watching him now, like, it's amazing what year after year watching the development, because you go to the first NHL training camp, you play a certain way. Your second one, you play a little bit better. Your third one, and this camp here, Dylan Holloway dominated. Like, watching him play, he did almost anything he wanted out there. Now, it's not against all NHL players, but again, you go back to last training camp, and he didn't play the same way. Like, the evolution is continuing for him.
Yeah.
And what I found intriguing, I really wanted to, and that's why I asked the question, was he gives compliments to McDavid and Draisaitl, talking about how these guys never take a day off. They're like, they go, and it's hockey. I think sometimes we forget what kind of an impact veteran players can have on young players. We talk about Ryan O'Reilly all the time, and now other organizations have their guys. McDavid, Draisaitl, certainly good guys to learn from. And then we're seeing Braden Shen. We're talking about that today at the rink. Braden Shen grabbing young guys, working with them, advice on and off the ice. It really does make a difference to have good veterans on your team. It's great when they're superstars, but it's great when the veteran players are doing things the right way and just leading by example.
No doubt. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. Has Liam Cohen unlocked Trevor Lawrence? We'll get in that conversation second. First, either Carey or Jamie is going to be punished for
Carey.
Week 5, finishing last in Week 5. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Selling your home can be stressful. I know. I've had to sell several homes, been traded a lot, moved around the country, all these things. And each time it was difficult because I didn't have the right agent. And now that I've met Gloria Liu, I know that she's the best in the business. So please, if you're selling your home, or even if you're just thinking about selling your home, call Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. Couple reasons. One, she's been in the business for over 20 years, and so she understands the landscape of the real estate market overall, but specifically here in St. Louis, she knows exactly what the price range is for your home based on what area you're in and the comps and all the things that you need to know. She's got that under control. Another thing that's fantastic is that she's got 24,000 buyers in waiting, which means once she prices your home, then she has a certain amount of people specifically that can go right to your listing and get eyeballs on it. And that right there drives up the price. Maybe if nothing else, it speeds up the sale of your home. And all you have to do to get this great service is give her a call. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that number's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Again, that's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
This is Fastlane on 101 ESPN. One of us just groaned because he knows what's coming. So we do the Pick'em Challenge, of course, with the Rizzuto Show each and every week. We lost week 1, won week 2 and 3, and now dropped the past 2 weeks. So we're trailing the Rizzuto Show 3-2 overall. Now, individual performances also count. So the last person each week has to take...
Endure
a shot via the airsoft gun. Marsh has faced the airsoft gun once. I have faced it once. BK twice. And we knew we were going to have a virgin between CD and Jamie. And the loser is Jamie Rivers.
Yeah.
by virtue not only of the Jaguars beating the Chiefs, but also losing the tiebreaker to Carey Davis. So Jamie was more off than CD was on the final score of last night's game. So last night really hurt for Jamie, and this is going to hurt as well.
Yep.
You did a great job.
Yep. All right.
But good news, you only face one. You want me? Yeah, I haven't had my shot yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Is ready to go, Marsh?
Should be ready to go.
All right. Somebody's got to make sure they stay on the mic, though.
Is that
Of course.
Marsh, is that good? Can you?
No, everybody's good.
You can see. You see
Yeah,
Jamie?
absolutely.
Is Jamie? Oh, you shooting from there, or you? Here, you go. This is where we shoot.
A little switch around here.
We usually shoot from your.
All right. Here we go. That's a little too close. That's way too close.
Usually shoot from your.
Take a step up.
Take a step
Not
back.
that far.
Behind the damn chair.
No.
All right, Jamie.
Here we go. Count us
Yep.
down.
3, 2, 1.
Oh!
High left. That was high and left.
That was not in the pit. That strike zone.
That looked like a Jacob Mizorowski fastball throwing
that
104, but he had no
Had a
idea
little
where it's
rise
going.
to it.
It had a little rise to
A little
it.
Viagra on it,
Yeah,
did it?
it
Yeah,
did.
okay.
Right at the end
Stings a
there.
little bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
stings the
It
nostril.
didn't sting as bad as the one in the back that my girlfriend hit me with. Though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie.
She
So
says it was an accident.
we all doubt. We all doubt that very much. All right, so as we do, it's customary. Jamie now faces the media for just a couple of questions. Jamie, Anthony Stalter, 101 ESPN. Of
Yes.
course, the selection, of course, that you felt that you regret the most from Week 5. The one you knew better on.
Well, there's a few, obviously. But, you know, guys, honestly, when I look back upon the performance of the week, it is ugly. It is ugly.
For everybody.
But so were a lot of the games. The ones that you thought were guaranteed wins, like the Giants should have beat the Saints. You know, you look at that one, and that's one that got away from me. Who the hell would have thought the Saints would win their first game of the season?
Two people in the studio.
Now, the
did.
Eagles losing to the Broncos.
That one, no.
That was tough. I did not have the Texans pounding the snot out of the Ravens. That's another tough one. And the Titans beating the Cardinals. Like, the list goes on and on of bad selections by me. I take full accountability for that, unlike some people.
Yeah.
But either way, those were losses. And I regret all of the losses because I let my teammates down.
Well said.
Proud of you, Jamie.
Yeah.
That is very nice of you.
Which
You write all that down?
Which team pisses you off the most, though? Like,
Which
which
team?
one? Is it the Chiefs? Because that was the
That
one
was the deciding factor.
Yeah, it's got to be the Chiefs and just their mental mistakes that they made in that game with the penalties that they took, the double timeout, which is unnecessary, Butker kicking it out of bounds, the lack of tackling ability, Trevor Lawrence falling twice, basically, on the touchdown, slipping through the hands of a 6'6" monster who should have ripped him to shreds, and he scores a touchdown. So, yeah, am I a little pissed at the Chiefs? Yeah.
I think that's fair. You guys got any questions, or should we move to last night's game?
Nah, last night's game it is.
All right.
Carey wants to talk about those Jags.
He wants to talk about Duval, who may have unlocked Trevor Lawrence. I thought the throw that Trevor Lawrence made on the 33-yard pass to Brian Thomas was essentially the game winner.
It was
like
outstanding.
it set up Jacksonville, because before that point, so they get the kickoff. Harrison Butker fast lanes that up. So they start at the 40. They immediately get a 6-yard run on first down, but then Lawrence took the sack. Time's ticking down, right around a minute, and he puts one on a dime to Brian Thomas, 33 yards on the sidelines, nothing Kansas City could do. And it was at that moment I'm like, Trevor Lawrence looks like a different player right now. But Carey, I'll shut up because you were the one that was on Jacksonville way sooner than we were. What is it about Liam Cohen or Trevor Lawrence that is, looked different here since his rookie year?
I think the fact that they've been able to run the ball, they weren't outstanding last night with running the ball, but they have added some depth to their wide receiver room. They got Brian Thomas Jr., you got Travis Hunter, who made a huge play downfield, showing why he's extremely athletic and can do a lot of things on the football field. And I just think that the grit that you're seeing from Trevor Lawrence, yes, he threw an interception. I don't think it was a terrible decision on him. I think there was a pass interference that should have been called. They didn't. The fumble at the goal line, I didn't care about that either, because that's a guy, I'll never tell a guy, hey, you can't do that. You're trying to make a play. And I think it was Nick Bolton that knocked it out of his hand.
Yeah.
that guy's on scholarship too, is what we used to say. He's playing football. He gets paid to play. That's a hell of a play by Nick Bolton. I'm not mad about either one of those turnovers. I just want to see you continue to play the game the right way and play it hard. And you mentioned that throw to Brian Thomas Jr. down the sideline was an outstanding throw. And then you didn't panic when you got stepped on down there by the goal line. No timeouts. He mentioned that his initial thought process was, I need to throw this away, but looked up and like, oh, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
It's one person that could have been there, but we'll talk about that guy later. But there was just
blocking his own teammate.
He was minding his own damn business, which was ridiculous. But to me, it just looks like there's a level of comfort for Trevor, who has had, a couple of head coaches, who's had some really bad situations to start his career out, and now he feels and looks like he's more comfortable in the pocket with what he's doing offensively. Even the game that they lost to the Bengals week 2, that wasn't on Trevor. He was hitting receivers, Brian Thomas Jr. specifically, right in the chest, and he was dropping passes. So there really is an opportunity for this team to be 5-0. They blew it against the Cincinnati Bengals, but I think that they've done a great job offensively, defensively, special teams. You got the big interception by Devin Lloyd down there on the goal line, 99-yard touchdown. I just think everything that they're doing it really well. And I told you all when they went to San Francisco last week, I thought that was a huge win to go to San Francisco against that team and that defense and to play as well as they did to come out of it with a win. I think that Trevor Lawrence is more comfortable and just doing a great job.
This also goes to the fact that if you can get the right play caller, the right head coach, the right system for your quarterback can play with a lot of confidence. And Liam Cohen did it for Baker Mayfield. Liam Cohen, I remember the joke of, well, if you just get anybody from Sean McVay's staff, you'll be fine. But it was actually, like, people were saying that sarcastically. But if you look at Sean McVay's tree, it's pretty impressive. And Liam Cohen is part of that tree. He goes to Tampa Bay, where he gets to work with Baker Mayfield for one season. That was it. But Baker played incredibly well. The offense was good. You could tell the creativity. You could tell the balance between the run and the pass. And Liam Cohen gets a head coaching job maybe before he was ready.
Yeah.
And already you have seen – and look, Trevor Lawrence is talented. You can't just take – anybody off the streets and do what Lawrence did last night. But it's clear that he fits very well in Cohen's system, and I think that this is going to be a pretty good marriage here between the two. And Jacksonville is not – I mean, they've got talent on both sides of the ball. The local kid, Aluakon, on defense is everywhere. He is a tackling machine. He's everywhere. The Falcons had him. They drafted him, and he was there for a couple of years and then got paid in Jacksonville, and he has been fantastic.
If I had one complaint, it was the amount of total yards the defense gave up. Like, Kansas City was marching down the field.
They played soft.
At will.
Yeah.
And
I mean soft coverage, not soft.
A lot of teams, it drives me crazy because Travis Kelce is going to be 6 to 8 yards from the line of scrimmage, right outside of the tackle spot. He's going to turn around. He's going to catch a ball and fall forward for 14
An anytime
yards.
touchdown.
Yeah, nice job, Jamie. That was a great call.
He scored.
He did. It was the first touchdown.
Good for you.
You knew it.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you not hit yours?
No.
Would you? Oh, yeah, you did.
Did he get a pass? Did he?
Yeah, but it was in the second half.
He got 8 yards in one of the final drives in the second quarter.
I missed it.
We all hit.
Yeah.
We all hit yesterday.
I almost texted you.
I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I thought it was in the second half.
It was in the first half, Jamie.
You don't
it was definitely in the second
It
half.
was that first drive. It was the 2-minute drill.
Nope, you don't know.
Yeah.
It was exactly like you described as we were walking out. You go, I hope that they face a 3rd and long, and they have to dump it off. That's exactly what happened. It's like 3rd and 24.
I missed
Hunt
that
on
one.
the backfield. They got 8 yards. They had a punt, and I'm like, damn it.
It was 3rd and 16 at Kansas City's 29. It was their final possession of the first half.
I walked away. I missed that one.
Yeah.
8 yards, and then they punted.
Carey, it was exactly what you described. Exactly. You're like, I just hope they dump it off. They did. It was a screen. It wasn't even a screen. It was just
a check down.
Yeah, just a check down.
Good
so,
job.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I actually made a right call, too, because I was going to go with the Chiefs minus 3.5, and I would have watched that thing go up in flames.
Yep.
Instead, Milwaukee produced.
Cubs were up.
Yeah, they were.
And I
3-0.
thought you were feeling it a little bit.
I know these Brewers got no quit to them.
Yeah, Brew Crew came through.
They're hitting some bombs, man. Holy smokes. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh. Marshy has what's trending next. Auto Centers Nissan needs to be your first spot when it comes to finding a new vehicle because they got their scary good deals. It's the event that's going on right now throughout the month of October. Out in Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum, just minutes from South County. Right now, you could drive home a brand new 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano with no money down, 0% APR for 60 months, and no payments for 3 months. That's right. No tricks, just scary good deals at Auto Centers Nissan. They have over 1,000 vehicles, new and used, all in one spot. No running around, no gimmicks, just the biggest selection in St. Louis. Plus, all new Nissans are backed by a complimentary lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. And if you already own a Nissan, so you don't need a vehicle, you're already set up, bring it in for service for your first oil change because it's free, or any oil change, I should say. When you bring your vehicle in for your first oil change, it's completely free, even if you didn't buy the vehicle from them. So don't wait. These scary good deals disappear soon. Visit AutoCentersNissan.com online or check them out in person off I-55 and McNutt Street in Herculaneum, Missouri, and tell them Stalter sent you.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Earlier today, we talked with Blues forward Dylan Holloway as we get set for the season opener for your St. Louis Blues. Thursday, they'll take on the Minnesota Wild. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7 tonight. We have Game 3 between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. Toronto looking to sweep the Yankees and head to the ALCS. Pregame starts at 6:30. First pitch is at 7:08. We have What's Trending coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, yesterday we talked about the Arizona Cardinals and Tennessee Titans game, and Amari DiMercato had a brain fart as he was heading towards the end zone. He let go of the ball, went into the back of the end zone. The Cardinals end up losing that game. There is a video that surfaced on the sideline, or from the sideline, of head coach Jonathan Gannon getting into the face of his running back, DiMercato. He also may have put his hands on him.
No, he didn't He did.
He did, and he apologized for that. I want to get your thoughts after we hear head coach Jonathan Gannon speak on said situation.
I didn't see the video, David, but yeah, I actually I woke up this morning and didn't feel great about it, honestly. And so in the team meeting, I addressed it. I apologized to Omari, apologized to the team. And I just told him I kind of let the moment of what happened get the better of me there. Obviously, like I try to be emotionally stable and calm because my job is to solve problems when during a game and kind of lead the charge on that. So it's not really who I am, who I want to be, and I told the guys that today. So it's a mistake by me, and it's just like everybody in there. Everybody made some type of mistake yesterday, which is, culminates to why we didn't win the game. And we can't let it happen moving forward.
What do you guys think? Former athletes on that. I mean, he realized he messed up.
I think
Go ahead, Carey.
I think he's very lucky that it was the right person. Because I've seen there are some players on that team that might have choked the you-know-what out of him for putting his hands on him. I understand that football is an emotional game. You have arguments. You have fights that break out. I mean, coaches on coaches, players and players, players and coaches. I'm not saying that what he did. It's football. It happens. There's an emotional game. But I think that doing that to a third-year player, undrafted player, had it been a guy that was maybe a 6 or 7 year offensive lineman that had signed a contract, it doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
It won't happen. So there are coaches that, how do I say this? They say certain things to certain guys because they know that they can get away with it. And there are certain players that they would never speak to or talk to or respond or react in that manner to. Guys that make more money than them, guys that are bigger and stronger than them, guys that they fear their life and their job if they were to go in that manner. So I do think he knew who it was that did it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have done that to Kyler Murray, Edgerrin James when he was a Arizona Cardinal, Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry would have crossed the end zone.
Larry would have and just handed the balls to the ref.
Yeah.
Because
But
Larry is he's just a professional. He's a man's man when it comes to the game of football. But I just think it's certain players. I've had I've seen teammates tell a coach, I'm not doing nothing. You do it. Now what? I'm not going to do it because of how that man was speaking to that specific player. So, yeah, I think it depends on the player, and that's how that went.
Yeah, I think it was absolutely gutless. I'm just going to be honest here. He knew exactly who that player was. I believe that guy's a third-string running back.
Yeah.
Undrafted rookie.
Undrafted.
Third year. Yeah.
He knew exactly what he was doing there. He was mad, and he knew he could bully that guy because that player's not going to hit him, not going to say a word because he's happy to have a job. And I told you this in the office, Anthony. Mike Keenan was the same way. Absolutely gutless human being. He would come down the bench, and any rookie that was there, he'd kick you in the ribs. He'd grab you by the skin where it was bad. He'd twist it and say crazy stuff in your ear. And he'd do it to guys that were role players too, like the Stephon Matteau or the Brian Noonan or the guys that were he didn't care. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to go tell the media? I'll just get rid of you. Mm-hmm. And this was the 90s, right? It was mid-90s. So life was different. But I just hate it. I don't like the look of it. And this is nothing about being soft because it's bullying at some of its highest point because that's a person that's in a position of power that is taking advantage of that now, knowing full well that if you complain enough, he can't cut you right away because the look is terrible, but you can stop getting touches, this, that, all of a sudden you're weaned out, you're gone, goodbye, we're done with you. Because you don't matter to that coach. And I don't mean that in a terrible way, but it's just a fact.
Yeah.
So I don't like the look of it at all. Quite honestly, if I was the Cardinals, if I was their upper management, I'd suspend the coach for a game. You can get through one frigging game without the head coach. You got an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. That you're not a Super Bowl contender anyways, but you suspend the coach for a game, you send a message. We know he's sore. We know he did wrong. But here in Arizona, we have standards, and those standards weren't met. And today, our coach is going to take a back seat. He can be at practice all week long, but he won't be on the sidelines for the game. Send a message.
This is, you just, again, these are grown men. You don't. He's lucky. I've had coaches that rip into specific players because they can't rip into the star player. They're saying the exact same thing that the star player did, but they are cussing out a player that is not the superstar. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows he's talking to him. He's not talking to you. But he can't. And me personally, I would tell that coach, I told you, it's a certain coach that I told him I'd kick his ass. And I meant it.
Well, I shot a puck at a head coach, too, so it does happen.
He doesn't like it. You damn right. It does. So
it happens.
You do that to players that you feel like you can do that with. Mm-hmm. And, some players, everybody does not have the temperament to allow you to be that close and talk to them recklessly.
Yeah.
So,
I get it.
Yeah.
Was it weird when he said, well, we all made mistakes out there, this almost like he was trying to lump his...
No, I think what he was trying to do
that?
I think what he was trying to do is say, we can't blame that game on that individual.
Yeah. I don't think he was
We're blaming the game on all of us.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was one play. We can blame him, or I can be mad for that one play, but the rest of the game...
I didn't know if he was trying to deflect in that situation. We all made mistakes that game.
I think he took full accountability for what he did. I don't think his apology was narcissistic or it was.
I don't think it was fake.
I think it was. I think he really felt bad, and after he realized, I cannot. And he said, I'm the CEO of this thing. I'm the manager. I have to be the one that cannot be so emotional in certain situations, and he can't. Your team is a reflection of you. If you go off the deep end when something happens, what the hell are they going to do?
Right.
So I think he took full responsibility. But again, I do agree with Jamie. I think he knows that's a third-year undrafted running back, and if I do that, it's just certain players you wouldn't do that to.
And we got people on the text line; they're just out of their minds right now.
This person is just getting blown out of proportion.
These guys, you have no clue what you're talking about. Someone says, "Nice to have a fiery coach." Didn't see anything wrong with it. Mike Ditka did it. Mike Ditka did it in the '80s.
Yeah.
And so let's just flip the script. You're sitting at your office or your place of work, and you screw up an account. You forgot to send the paperwork in. It was late, and the company lost a whole bunch of money. And the boss comes in and berates you and then gives you a shot and then hits your arm again. You're okay with that? You're okay with that. You feel you're okay with that, and you're not allowed to hit him back.
That's the difference right there. It's the contact. It's the contact. Like, we've all been on the receiving end of a berating from somebody.
I just said earlier, I've been kicked several times. Like, it's like
right. Well, but here's the reality. You want the reality on this? The people that are texting right now don't view you guys as human beings. They just don't, because you're athletes. And athletes can be treated however they want to, because you guys all make $50 million a year.
One guy says, "Oh, this guy makes millions of dollars." That running back, I bet you he doesn't make $1 million. What
did I just say? It doesn't matter.
Even if he does.
Once you become I'm explaining to you what their thought process is. Some people can't rationalize with an athlete that is making league minimum and the superstar. You guys all made $50 million a year.
Well, here's the thing. Even if he does, what some people, and this is a completely different conversation, but some people will let anybody do anything for them for the right amount of money. And if that's how you live your life, that's cool. Do you? You'll let some people will let anybody do anything. Oh, you make $1 million, I'll let you. Okay, cool. Have at it. You don't have any morals, any principles, that's on you. I can almost assure you that is not going to last and end well for you in whatever facet or whatever walk of life you are indulging in. Good luck to you. I wish you the best. But if you will allow someone to hit you and put their hands on you make $1 million. Again, that young man, third year, he's probably 24, 25 years old, still, as you said, third string running back, only playing right
for his
now
livelihood, man.
because John Connor and Trey Benson, James Connor, I keep calling him John Connor. James Connor and Trey Benson, I know, right, are injured and on IR. That's the part where you look at it and you say, okay, But again, certain players and certain people ain't going for that.
Yeah, because if you're the head coach, you get stabbed. Mark Sanchez, though.
Oh. Well. Yeah, if we were allowed to do that, trust me, Mike Keenan wouldn't have made it out of the room on most nights.
Yeah, he would skate to the neck.
Urban Meyer would have been fired because he allegedly kicked the kicker.
He was also an idiot.
But you see what position he didn't kick the defensive tackle. Yeah. He didn't kick the offensive guard.
No.
Right? He didn't kick the linebacker. Like, there are certain temperaments of certain players that you go into a room, like you go into a room and maybe I should calm this down a little bit. if you're that type of person,
like a cheap suit here.
If you're that type of person.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't agree with it. I am glad that he apologized. I agree with Jamie. Sometimes, you got to make an example out of a guy.
Yeah.
Because you don't do that to your team.
Or you find the coach or something. Yeah. You make it known that this is not acceptable. And just like if you had a player that is late for the plane, misses a meeting.
Jordan Addison.
Whatever the case, right? These guys, the coaches are just fine making it public when it's a coach's decision.
Well, great point. Jordan Addison missed the first quarter in Sunday's morning game in London because he missed a walkthrough. He was benched for the first quarter.
I would have hit his pockets. I wouldn't have. Coach Tomlin said, I'm going to hurt you. I ain't going to hurt us.
Yeah.
He going to get fined to the maximum potential of whatever the fine is.
Yeah.
I don't want you to miss no time, though, brother. We got to win games.
Well, wake her ass up. We've got the game to win. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We got Bet the Board next.
Time to get involved with U.S. farmland. I know. I thought it was crazy, too, a couple months back when Chris Bronner came in here to talk to me about what they do over at AgVest. And I thought to myself, who on earth invests in U.S. farmland? I thought it was just farmers that had farms. No, apparently you can invest in U.S. farmland, and a lot of people are doing it. And you don't have to be a multi-millionaire or a billionaire to do it. You get involved, first of all, by just giving Chris a call and asking questions. And why is U.S. farmland a smart investment right now? Steady returns, long-term growth, stability. Stability. That's the number one right there. You wake up in the morning in a cold sweat because you don't know what the stock market's doing. We've all been there. Take that little portion out of your life. Get involved with U.S. farmland. You're going to get those steady returns year after year. The land is going to appreciate. It is a great investment. And if you own farmland, AgVest can help you out there as well, from sourcing and diligence to rent, as well as tenant selection. And all you have to do is call the founder over at AgVest. His name's Chris Bronner. Tell him Jamie Rivers sent you in. His number is 618-520-7022. That's 618-520-7022. Or you can always visit agvestadvisors.com for more information. Buy land. They are not making it anymore.
All right, time to do Bet the Board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter.
Damn it.
You know what?
Damn it.
I'm realizing.
What? He's sneaking this in there. Yeah, he's doing it.
When you're up, the Bet the Board just comes out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Marsh, what are the latest standings?
So Jamie and Carey are still undefeated.
Nice
I don't know
job,
if it's
guys.
undefeated, but 4 points on the month for these two. I have 3. Anthony, you have 2.
Okay. Jamie.
What? Carey's
Nah, you're ahead of me.
Carey's got it.
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
I'll go.
Go ahead, Marsh, since these guys don't want to.
They don't want to go. Give me Colorado and LA, the NHL, over 5.5 goals tonight.
You go, boy. You guys ready?
Sure.
Carey?
Give me no, I'm not ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Yep, I'm ready.
No,
I'm ready.
you want to go on purpose?
I wasn't ready, but I got
As soon as I said I got one,
I
you
got
said I'm ready.
worried. You go ahead. I got worried.
I don't think we're picking the same
Anthony,
thing.
who you picking?
Go ahead.
Mariners minus 144.
That's funny because Carey is taking them.
That is where I was going. They might not play, though.
They might not play.
You're going to get 2 picks at the end of the
No, that's your fault. You see them not playing, it's your fault.
Nah.
And they already started, technically.
Yeah.
Did not. First pitch has not been thrown.
Whatever. All right, total for the first period in the Blackhawks-Panthers game is 1.5. I'm going over, minus 135.
You sick.
Yep.
Oh.
What?
Oh, no.
I said you sick. Oh.
Okay, I will go with. All right, give me Vlad Guerrero, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. It is a good pick. Minus 148.
Just under that 150 threshold.
Yep.
Way to go.
Just how we like it.
We do need a new Gauntlet contestant, so text into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. If you would like to play in the Gauntlet, go ahead and text in now. We'll find a listener that wants to play, and we'll have that listener on next in the Gauntlet here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, it's awful when you feel just blech. Awful. Get no energy. You feel depressed. You're irritable. Everything's bothering you. You want to go to the gym, but you don't have the energy. You get to the gym, and it's a terrible workout. You're trying to lose weight, but you can't. All of these things. And you're sitting yourself going, man, I wish things used to be the way they used to be for me. It'd be nice to have that back. Well, they can be. It's probably because you have low testosterone. Go see our friends over at Mentality. Drop into Chesterfield or South County. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you in. And when you go in there, they're going to talk to you, give you a full blood panel. And that's where you have your own unique program that's set up for you by Mentality.
I feel great, too. I know you do, too. I do. I feel great being on Mentality's program. And like Jamie said, the symptoms of low testosterone, they start to add up quickly, but you might not realize it. And over time, you may feel like, well, I'm just off my game. I'm just getting older. If you want to settle for that, fine. But Jamie and I didn't, and a lot of you don't. So head down to Mentality. If you want to get that energy back, if you don't want to feel tired all the time, if you're sick of gaining weight, you don't know where to start with Mentality. How much money are you spending in certain supplements that might not work? And I'm not dogging on the supplement industry. I take supplements, as to you, Jamie. But Mentality's program, it's more than just supplements. It's a program that's going to up your free testosterone. They'll check you, depending on your program, every 5 to 10 weeks, they'll draw your blood again and make sure everything is fine and there's no other underlying issues. If there are, great. You can go, well, not great, but you can go to your doctor and get it figured out. I love Mentality. Jamie does as well. You will too. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio right now to book your appointment. Better yet, find the schedule at Mentality, the same website, and actually go down there. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you. It's Mentality.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
402, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Zach to the program. What's up, Zach?
How are you doing, man?
We're doing great. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you for playing today. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round 1 of the Gauntlet?
Marsh.
Oh, all right, Marsh. You thought about that for a second. What? Let's. Can you share your thought process on this?
I was just trying to think of who hasn't played the longest time.
Okay, spreading the love.
Sounds good. All right, so Marsh is going to head out to go to the Kona Silence, the Kona Silence. But first, you're going to tell him to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
All right, Marsh, get the hell out of here, please, and thank you. Zach, what category are you hoping for?
Football or random.
Football or random?
Well, Zach,
Well, you got one of them.
you got one of your wishes.
What did you want more?
Probably random.
Random it is, buddy.
Asking you
There we
shall
go.
receive.
All right, you got random. So there you go, Zach. 4 random questions today. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, that question becomes worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Question 1. Name the South African golfer who recovered from a lightning strike to win 2 U.S. Opens.
A South African golfer. Give me the options.
Retief Goosen, Ernie Els, or Gary Player?
Give me Ernie Els.
Final answer?
Yep.
All right, question 2. Joey Russo's "whoa" catchphrase on Blossom. Whoa, 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 whoa. Catchphrase on Blossom became a staple of 1990s TV. Who portrayed this lovably dim-witted character?
Can you say that again?
Joey Russo's "whoa" catchphrase on Blossom, the TV show, became a staple of the 1990s TV. Who portrayed this lovably dim-witted character?
Give me the options.
Was it Jason Bateman, Neil Patrick Harris, or Joey Lawrence?
I have no idea. You mean Neil Patrick Harris?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Question number 3. Where did the first ever Walmart store open in 1962? We will accept the state.
The options, jeez.
Is it Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Kansas?
Give me Kansas.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Did you say Kansas on that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, last question, Zach. Tell us the chemical formula for carbon dioxide. Tell us the chemical formula for carbon dioxide.
CO2? Well,
Final answer?
give me the options. I don't know. Give me the options. I have no clue.
All right, is it CO2, C2O2, or O2C?
CO2.
All right.
All right.
All right, we'll get Marsh back in here. Zach, how you feeling?
Not great.
Well, we'll see how Marsh does here. Marsh is back from the Kona Silence right now. He is about to put his headphones on. All right, Marsh, how's the Kona Silence?
It was good. I was just watching Mike Ryder type out some emails.
Oh,
That's exciting.
yeah, that is exciting.
Very exciting.
Mike's very good at it, too.
Yes, he
Certainly
is.
is.
Yeah. All right,
Very
Marsh,
talented.
Yes.
your category today is random.
Alrighty.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. Name the South African golfer who recovered from a lightning strike to win 2 U.S. Opens.
Oh, jeez. Let's use the options.
Is it Retief Goosen, Ernie Els, or Gary Player?
Let's go with Ernie Els. Final answer.
All right, Marshy. Joey Russo's "whoa" catchphrase on Blossom became a staple of 1990s TV. Who portrayed this lovably dim-witted character?
No idea. Options.
Was it Jason Bateman, Neil Patrick Harris, or Joey Lawrence?
Jason Bateman. No, it's not him. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'll go with Neil Patrick Harris. Final answer. He's pretty funny. It's Barney.
Question number 3.
Not that Barney.
Where?
More expensive Barney.
Mm-hmm. Where did the first ever Walmart store open in 1962? We'll accept the state.
Oh, I think it's Missouri. I'll go Missouri. Final answer.
All right. Final question, Marsh. Tell us the chemical formula for carbon dioxide. Tell us the chemical formula for carbon dioxide.
Is it CO2? CO2. Final answer.
All right. Let's go over these. Zach versus Marsh. Name the South African golfer who recovered from a lightning strike to win 2 U.S. Opens. Zach said Ernie Els. Marsh said Ernie Els. Correct answer was
in fact Retief Goosen.
Retief Goosen is what we're looking for. Yes. So we have a 0-0 tie. Joey Russo's "whoa" catchphrase on Blossom became a staple of the 1990s TV. Who portrayed this lovable, dim-witted character? Zach said Neil Patrick Harris. Marsh also said Neil Patrick Harris. Correct answer is
Joey Lawrence.
Tell how young these guys are.
I almost said, I started to say Joey Lawrence when I was talking about Trevor Lawrence earlier.
So,
I don't even know who that is.
That's a shame on you.
Show.
Homework for tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, 0-0. Where did the first ever Walmart store open in 1962? We will accept the state. Zach, with the option, said Kansas. Marsh, without the option, said Missouri. Correct answer is
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Carey. Carey.
Yeah.
Score check.
0-0. Or 0-0 in the soccer world.
Yes.
This is a soccer town, Anthony.
Yes, it is. Damn right it is. Comes down to this. Tell us the chemical formula for carbon dioxide. You both said CO2. Correct answer is
CO2.
Nice job. So we know where this is headed. Actually, we don't. Marsh didn't need the options.
Oh!
Zach.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Zach, I feel for you because you said CO2, and then I said final answer, and you go, I don't know, options. And then as soon as you heard CO2, you said, yep, it's CO2, and it wound up costing you at least an opportunity for a tiebreaker. Sorry, man.
That's all right, guys.
We appreciate you playing, though. Thanks for listening.
Good job, Zach.
Appreciate you guys. Go Blues.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
That's right.
Man, I did listen to something in school. I feel good. You know, I might not know a lot of math, and I really don't know that much about science, but I did know that, and I feel good about it.
Well, there you go. Good.
There you go.
Hey, wound up letting you win today. Helping you win today. Nice job.
Speaking of the periodic table, got Rachel watching Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I told her, I go, hey, if there's any show that we need to watch, it's this show. It's one of the best shows ever made. She didn't really take it that serious at first. I said, just watch the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the first 10 minutes went by. I go, you want to keep watching? She's like, well, yeah. I go, okay.
She's in.
Episode ended, and I go, what do you think? She goes, I like it.
Nice.
She said, next episode.
Well,
Now. Hit it, Marsh.
yeah. All right. What?
Hit the
hit the
clicker.
Hit the play button.
You know when it asks you,
Next episode?
Yeah, next episode.
Yeah, if you hit it.
Skip the intro. Or
By the way,
skip the recap.
hey, Dre, next episode.
Okay, good. There you go. You ready for the next episode? Hold up.
There you go.
All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. By the way, what is arsenic on the periodic table?
I think it's ASS, right?
No, it's AR.
ASS, huh?
AS2. AS2.
Is it AS?
It's just AS.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's his initials.
But if it's really
his
bad,
initials.
there's an extra S in there.
Yeah, it's his initials.
Yeah.
Of course.
I gave a whole report on it. Like, pick one. I'm like, I'll go with this. Yeah. Oh, it's deadly, huh? Perfect. Shen back between Holloway and Carey. We'll discuss it next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So one of the questions that we've all been wondering about the Blues is, will Braden Shen start the season off between Dylan Holloway, who, by the way, we chatted with earlier today, and Jordan Kyrou? Well, good thing the head coach of the Blues, Jim Montgomery, answered that question.
100%. Sometimes you get a feel as a coach that the energy is going to be better if we put guys back that had success last year, and that's how we're going to start the year, and it's going to change. I guarantee you it's going to change.
Jamie?
Yeah.
I imagine that was the plan the whole time, but what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, because he literally played Shen with anybody but them for all of training camp and preseason.
Decoy.
No, I think the injury to Oscar Sundqvist, and then Nick Bjugstad was not on the ice today for practice. I don't know if he's nursing something. I think some of that may have had something to do with it, but he's right. I mean, you're starting off at home here against a really good Minnesota Wild team. Why not load up with what you know already, which is Snuggerud plays very well with Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich, and you know that the trio of Shen, Kyrou, and Holloway play very well together. Mm-hmm. Why not go back to familiarity for your home opener against a division rival, for that matter? And Pius Suter is a really good player down the middle of the ice, very responsible. He's going to have, as of right now, Matthew Joseph on right, Jake Neighbors on left. I don't know where Bjugstad's going to slot in if he's back for the home opener. We'll probably find out a little bit more tomorrow at practice. And then the fourth line, as it sits right now, was Texier, Toropchenko, and Walker in the middle, which ultimately that's probably not your best look for your fourth line, just because you have two players that play a certain style of hockey and another one that plays a different brand of hockey. But this is what you have right now when you have Milan Lucic, who's undecided, that situation. Right. Oscar Sundqvist out with an injury, and Nick Bjugstad possibly out, nursing something, or maybe he didn't feel good today. I don't know. Nobody's really said anything, so time will tell. But I think this is kind of the way you're rolling it out if you're Jim Montgomery for the home opener.
What do you think changes things? It's more than just chemistry, obviously.
Yeah.
It's injuries, I know, but...
Lack of production.
Okay.
So if Holloway, Kyrou, Shen aren't producing, or... I shouldn't say lack of production. And production, sometimes, let's just... If we embrace that word right now, highlight that word, it doesn't necessarily mean goals and assists and points. Mm-hmm. You want it to, of course you do. But if the line is generating lots of high-danger scoring opportunities, good shots on net, lots of volume, then you could look at that and say, okay, they're still having good production. They're not finishing right now. If they don't have good opportunities or offensive zone time or high-danger opportunities, then you've got to shuffle the deck. Mm-hmm. At that point, you'll be like, okay, it ain't working. Let's try something different. And Monty said it's going to change. It always does. Throughout the season, you're going to see different looks. I, for one, think you're going to see Dylan Holloway with Thomas and Buchnevich at some point. I think you'll see Snuggerud playing on the line with Jordan Kyrou and Braden Shen. I think you're going to see a lot of different looks out there. And that's just natural. That's the course of a long season. You're going to have dry spells where hockey's different than like baseball, for that matter. Baseball, if you have a dry spell, that's your individual. If you're not doing good offensively at the plate, your line mates can't help you.
Right.
Whereas in hockey, if you are struggling, then you can sometimes put a player that's struggling with other players, and it helps them generate more offense. It kind of jump-starts them a little bit. So that's why I think Monty's going to try and keep everybody jump-started as much as possible throughout the entire season.
By the way, Nick Bjugstad is sick, so...
there we go.
Oh, no.
Not that type of sick.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not Anthony Stalter sick.
Dealing with an illness.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
No.
So if he's back on Thursday, then I don't know. I would imagine, based on what Monty just said, that you'd see Bjugstad probably slot in on the fourth line, and you'd see Texier out.
Okay.
Like you'd have Bjugstad at center with Toropchenko and Walker. That was my opinion.
Got it. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN tonight. The Panthers, actually right now, the Panthers and
Why do we not have
Blackhawks.
this on, Marshy?
Oh, Carey told me to put the baseball game on. He likes watching
Carey.
rain.
What?
Yeah.
Son of a...
Yeah, by the way, the baseball game has yet to start in Detroit because of some bad weather. So I don't know when that one's going to start. But we are underway officially. The 2025-26 NHL season is now underway as the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are hosting that crap team from Chicago.
I say we pick our Stanley Cup, non-biased,
Blues.
of course, non-biased.
Jason Biden.
Who's in your Stanley Cup?
Blues.
St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
Are they just playing
Versus
themselves?
everybody.
It doesn't matter.
Blues
Versus
Panthers.
everybody. Panthers.
Panthers are going to make it this year.
You watch.
They're too perfect in every way. Now it's going to be the Blues and the, let's see here. Yeah, no, he's right. Panthers. Blues Panthers.
Wow.
Yep.
Carey, you got a different team in there?
Yep, Blues versus, you can put anybody in there. Doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
You got to
Yeah.
choose one. What about the Senators?
Yeah, what about the Buffalo?
No.
Well, anybody but them.
You want to win or no?
You got to play somebody who's going to be in the playoffs.
It's their year, is it?
Yeah.
Finally
get there and get swept in the final.
Maybe Blues Maple Leafs, The Blues came in 1967. The Leafs haven't won since 1967. Be nice to have the Blues put that nail in the coffin again.
I mean, if Toronto's going to make the World Series, we can't have that many Toronto teams.
Yeah, it's not bad. You're not wrong. Too much positivity.
I will throw the Blues in there as well, but I am going with a different Florida team. Florida has ran the Eastern Conference for a long time. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, wow. Going back to the
Really?
frightening, huh?
You liked the Lightning last year, too, didn't you?
I did.
How'd that work out?
Oh, Jamie,
What?
it's not
I'm
it's
sorry.
a cheese. They played the Panthers in the first round.
I know that. That's my point.
Take a shot.
I apologize.
Yeah.
What's your deal, Jamie?
For making you feel that way.
You know what? Hey, Jamie, I hope the Yankees come back and the Blue Jays don't make it to
why
the
do you hate my
ALCS.
mom?
Oh,
Why do you hate
I don't hate Mama Rivers.
Really?
Carey, did you see
but
this?
this is what you did.
Your anger doesn't affect just me.
This is what you did.
Hey, you did this to him, though.
His anger doesn't
You and
affect
him.
just me. Now he's going after my family.
Yeah.
No, I'm going after your country.
We'll see. Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow. Here I was, so nice to your mom.
This has nothing to do with your mom.
It does.
You know what? She's probably watching right now on YouTube.
Your country.
Guys.
Well, where's my mom located right now? Huh? Okay, Marshy.
This has nothing to do with her.
Oh, no, we'll see.
Guys, I think we should.
So when she wonders, oh,
Your mom left us her email address. We're going to get in touch with her, okay? I'm telling on you.
Guys, I think we should leave the mothers out of it.
I'd tell him that. He started.
Oh, you want to talk about mothers?
Man. What was that from?
You know the movie? White Chicks.
No.
I never seen it.
I haven't either.
What?
Nope.
No.
What? Are you serious?
No, dead serious.
You claim to be such a fan of the Wayans brothers, and you've
I
never
do.
seen that movie?
I do like the Wayans brothers. I think they're great, but I've never seen it.
Never seen that movie.
Yeah.
I have no desire to see
Big
it.
Damon Wayans fan.
You
from
guys
back in
have,
the day.
as Jamie likes to say, some homework to do. It's a fantastic movie. It's very funny.
Okay.
We'll see what Rotten Tomatoes thinks of that.
Jamie and I will base our decision whether or not to watch it on Sir Rotten Tomato.
From the critics.
Yeah. All right. Is Bill's time about done in Chapel Hill yet?
Oh,
What a flipping disaster from every
who
standpoint.
saw it coming, Anthony?
Carey did, definitely. Carey absolutely called this. We'll get into the latest next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Blues open the season up against the Minnesota Wild on Thursday. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We talked earlier with Blues forward Dylan Holloway. If you missed that conversation, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Tonight on 101 ESPN, you can listen to Game 3 between the Blue Jays and the Yankees. The Blue Jays having an opportunity to knock out the Yankees, head to the ALCS. Once again, Blue Jays, Yankees right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6:30. First pitch is at 7:08. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Well, North Carolina has planned to scrap their Hulu series after their 2-3 start.
And why is that?
Things aren't going well for old Bill Belichick and Carey.
Never saw it coming.
Carey never said a word about this. He never said that this whole Bill Belichick to North Carolina thing could be an abject failure. He never mentioned it.
Man.
Or he was all over it from the start.
If you could see something coming from a mile away, this was it.
This was it.
You could see this happening. There is no way that I think Bill Belichick is an outstanding coach. I think what he did in New England will never be duplicated, probably ever. Because it was just, but the way he did it, it was uncomfortable for the people that were there. You heard players, there were players that they loved winning, but they were happy as hell to get the hell up out of there and actually be a human being because it was so structured and you weren't going to be posting and doing all of this social media in the building and around the building. If you weren't doing football 24 hours a day, Bill Belichick didn't seem like he wanted you around. And because that's what he was on. And you go to college football where NIL is the deciding factor for whether or not, for some of these kids, whether or not they want to come play for you. It's not always about getting to the NFL. It's not always about winning championships. It's about my brand for some of them. And I'm not speaking in totality for all of them, but some of them, that's the expectation. They're not dialed in for 24 hours a day. You'll be lucky if you get them for 24 minutes in increments, 3 minutes at a time. Like, it's going to be, and it was going to be much different than it ever was in the NFL for Bill Belichick. I don't know if Marsh posted it yesterday that they don't even allow any Patriots talk. Was that you that posted that?
Yeah, I sent you guys a text message that
there may be a memo.
I did end up seeing, though, UNC did finally post something about Drake May.
Well, they tucked their tail between their legs.
All the comments were like, I don't know if Bill's going to approve of this.
Yeah, because didn't they post something about Javonte Williams, who had another nice game over the weekend? So he's the Cowboys running back that went to North Carolina in 2018, 2020. I think they posted something about Javonte Williams, and then there was some, hurt feelings about the North Carolina not representing Drake May, who apparently his family's like a North Carolina institute, man. They're all about North Carolina. And finally, I think UNC just received enough backlash where they posted something about Drake May. But amid the 2-3 start to Bill Belichick's tenure at North Carolina, the team has scrapped plans for a documentary series chronicling the season with Hulu, according to a report from Inside Carolina. The series, which was set to follow UNC for the entire season, was actually UNC's second crack at a documentary of Belichick's inaugural college campaign. But an earlier project with HBO's Hard Knocks was also scrapped over the summer. It's almost as if North Carolina felt as though, and I don't know if it's Belichick's girlfriend or North Carolina overall, just trying to like go all in on the hype with Belichick. It was like, hey, there's no chance we're going to be horrible. There's no chance this is going to be a disaster.
Yeah. Who didn't know that?
Let's roll. Let's put it all on film.
In fairness, there were some people on College Game Day that said that UNC would make the college playoff.
Yeah, those people are idiots too.
I understand, but when you say who would say that, I'm telling you who. You asked me a question, I gave you an answer.
Maybe that was harsh.
Okay.
Maybe they're not idiots.
Unless it was a rhetorical question.
Maybe somebody paid them
I had no good answer. We'll work at that point.
You're right.
Know?
I don't know.
You paint me into a corner a little bit.
I apologize.
You know?
But that was yeah, man. I would assume that those people haven't been around college football players or high school players that are going into college or anyone under the age of 25.
But so here's the thing. As I read deep into this article, some of the parents and the kids and whatnot, the people surrounding the program, some of them are actually saying that Bill Belichick is really not the problem. They're saying that he's giving good coaching, individual coaching to the players. The players are really enjoying his, obviously his intellect and his tutelage. Apparently the bigger problems are like through Lombardi being the GM, that apparently he treats the kids like crap. He's not a fun guy to be around. Apparently he thinks he's a big hardo. And then some of the coaching staff that are underqualified and disorganized because they're friends of the program. So whether it's Lombardi's son, whether it's Belichick's son, the neighbors, or whatever the heck he's got going on there, it's an environment that Bill Belichick has never been a part of, which is disorganized, lack of detail, and then bad culture. Mm-hmm. If I said those three words to you, and I said, name a head coach that is disorganized staff, the team played with no details, and the culture was bad, I give you 50 guesses, maybe even more. I don't think you'd say Bill Belichick.
No, not with those three things.
Right?
No, absolutely.
And that's what they're going through. And so I know we poke fun at the girlfriend thing, but apparently, in reading a few different, she hasn't really been around. Mm-hmm. There was a lot made of it at the start. The video that was her on the sidelines was like during warm-up. It wasn't during a game. It was not like she was calling plays or things like that. So I don't want to be unfair to any one in particular individual in this situation. I just think this is a completely different animal that Bill Belichick thought, I'm Bill Belichick. And I think they acquired something like 70 kids through the transfer portal and all this stuff.
They made major turnover.
I do think them and Purdue have the most kids, I think, in the transfer portal.
Which we'll see, in listening to some of the other people talk, they said, the first year when you have that kind of turnover can be exactly what you're looking at. Disorganized, chaotic at times because kids are coming from different programs, different coaching. They're just together for the first time. You have a coaching staff that's together for the very first time. You have an NFL coach who's never coached college football before.
Right.
If it goes 2 or 3 years down the road, if Belichick's able to do that, maybe it looks different. But, guys, I got to tell you, I don't know if it gets that far. I think UNC in the offseason might cut ties with all of them. I don't know what the penalty is. At one point, it was only $1 million to fire them.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it got lowered to after once the summer ended. I don't remember the exact date.
I think the bigger issue for Belichick, who seemingly wanted to get back into the NFL. Before he was hired at North Carolina, before he decided to go to the college ranks, he wanted another crack at the NFL, and the majority of the teams didn't even interview him. Atlanta spent the most time with him, and then, if you believe the reports, Robert Kraft called Arthur Blank, the owner for Atlanta, and he said, "Hey, do not hire him." And Arthur Blank said, "All right." Went through the hiring committee in Atlanta, and they decided to go with Raheem Morris. Washington, I believe, had Bill Belichick at least in for an interview, and then decided to go with Dan Quinn. That was it. And there was like 6 teams I think it needed of a head coach, and outside of those two, nobody else was interested. So now you go to North Carolina, and you're quickly tarnishing at least the back half of your legacy. Like, the further we get away from this, Bill Belichick will appreciate obviously the Super Bowl wins or not. But right now, this is a train wreck.
Yeah.
And if you're an NFL team, why on earth would you be interested in Belichick in this state? His players looked utterly confused in the first quarter against Clemson. Utterly confused.
I mentioned it. I said that it wasn't going to be great. I just didn't think it was going to be.
No, you called it.
I thought it was going to be a bleep show, and it has. I mean, that would be better if it was. It's really bad. And I'm looking at the additions for transfer portal. West Virginia, well, Purdue, this is why I knew I was looking at this last week because we played Purdue. Purdue added 52 people, 52 players from last year's roster to this year. That's the most players. They okay. West Virginia added 51. And then North Carolina is right there with 39. I think that's the next. Them and UCF have the most third most transfers from last year's team. I don't know, man.
Don't look good.
I don't. And I don't. At least. I don't know. Good luck to Bill.
They were down 28-3 after the first quarter.
Oh, why did you go there, Anthony? Is that hurt?
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Man, I thought you were doing it on purpose this time.
Actually, it actually I kind of like it. He was down 28-3, and a team actually finished him off. It's nice.
How long do you think this experiment goes?
1 year.
Yeah, because I just read another article here too from Barstool Sports, and apparently Lombardi is 80% the problem.
Who brought who in?
Belichick
Bill.
brought in Lombardi.
But Lombardi had been out of football. Lombardi was doing a podcast. He'd been doing a podcast the last couple of years, which is actually pretty good. But if you ever listen to it, he comes across as if he has all the answers. He knows everything about football and will continue to, he crushed everybody in the NFL. He crushed any like losing franchise. He crushed them. Always hyped up Belichick, but he gave off this air of supremacy. I'm football royalty.
Bill Belichick is really good friends with Nick Saban. They coach together. They were talking to each other on College Game Day, like through the thing. They're doing interviews. They're joking around and stuff. One would have thought that Bill Belichick may have said to Nick Saban, like, why don't you come and be the GM? Like, you don't have to coach anymore. And we'll worry about recruiting. Well, like, you don't have to run around the country for that. But, like, come in and be the GM or the consultant and walk us through how this works. You're the greatest, one of the greatest, maybe the greatest college football coach of all time. You're my friend for 1 year. Just come in and kind of
oversee it.
Help us with the blueprint.
Start the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he'd do that instead of Lombardi?
Right.
Yeah, it's a weird
Buddy
thing.
hired his buddies and his kids' buddies.
And this is what you get.
He hired his friends and his friends' sons. And you're right. This is what you get. All right. What do you do when a star player isn't holding up his end? Carey wanted to highlight one specific player, and boy, on this team, you got an issue. That's next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking to remodel your home, specifically your kitchen, your bathroom, or that outdoor living space, please call my great friends over at E&B Granite. They have been in the business for over two decades here in the St. Louis area. They've got an amazing selection of custom countertops, too. And let me walk you through the process real quick. I redid my kitchen and currently working on the outdoor space as well. But I drove down to 6135 Manchester Avenue, walked in, talked to the in-house design staff, and we talked about different countertops, and they let me know they had all these different kinds in back. I wanted to see a sample. They said, why see a sample? Let's just walk in the back and see the actual slab. Went back there, got to see the colors, the patterns, all that. Got to pick out the one I liked. We went through backsplashes. That was easy. The cabinets were there. By the way, the cabinets are affordable for all different kinds of budgets as well. And the process was so easy. And then the technicians came in, ripped out all the old stuff, installed the brand new stuff, and it was amazing. It's still, to this day, looks incredible. And that's all because I went down there to E&B Granite and trusted the in-house design staff, and they did me right. So please call ahead, get an appointment with somebody down there. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number's 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300, or visit enbgranite.com. Remember, E&B Granite, luxury for less for Missouri and Illinois.
Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So last night, complete disaster. Joe Buck on the call last night for the Monday Night Football game, ESPN radio. Well, TV, ESPN TV. Carey, you wanted to highlight one specific player, especially on the play in which Trevor Lawrence fell down, looked like he was ham-sauced. Mm-hmm. And he was stepped on by his offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. But then he tried to get up. Basically took 42 minutes off the clock and found his way into the end zone. Now, one of the reasons why he found his way into the end zone because of a player you wanted to discuss.
Yeah, Chris Jones, the best player on the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and I don't even think it's close, was standing there watching. Now, sometimes I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. When a player falls down, people stop. It happens all the time, like all the time. Somebody falls, you're like, oh, well, what's going on here? And they stop running and they stop moving. But at that point, Trevor Lawrence was getting up. He did fall again, got up, and scrambled into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. And Chris Jones did not jog, did not trot, did not run, really didn't move. He watched him fall, watched him stumble, watched him get up, watched him break out to the left, break one tackle, and had no effort whatsoever to go make this tackle
at all
on the game-winning play, and your team loses. And this is the second time that we've had an incident, final play of the game, essentially, for their defense, where Chris Jones did his own thing. If you remember back to the Chargers game, he dipped inside, and Justin Herbert was able to get outside, run for 18 yards, slide down, pick up the first down, game over. And Drew Tranquill was livid. He was having it. He was on him about his decision to be selfish in that moment and do what he wanted to do, which was try to go get the sack, but not what the defense needed to do, which was stay outside and contain Justin Herbert from getting to the first down. This is the second time it's been noticeable on a game-winning play for the Kansas City Chiefs to lose that game where and this one is worse, in my opinion. The one against the Chargers, I get it. You're the best player on the defense. You get paid a lot of money to get after the quarterback. You're trying to make a play. Wrong decision. Guy gets outside. Game over. This one, you didn't even move, man.
No.
I don't give a damn how tired you are. I don't care how much you just rushed the passer on the plays before. If you're out there, you got to give 100% effort, and on that specific play, it was terrible.
Carey, to your point, I'm watching it again. He is the only player that is not engaged.
Not at all.
Nobody was touching him.
The defensive end is engaged with two offensive linemen to the right. The other nose tackle
the other guy getting double teamed.
Yeah, the guard is on the DT. There's another, I don't know if it's a linebacker that is getting double teamed. You've got your DBs covering. He's the only defensive line. He's the only front seven player in Kansas for Kansas City that is not engaged with any Jacksonville offensive player, and he literally just stood there. Then when he saw Trevor Lawrence get up, he kind of like shuffled to his right, then fully stopped as Trevor Lawrence went into the end zone. It's a bad look. So what do you do then? You got a star player. He isn't holding up his end of the deal. What do you do?
So I've been on a team where the star player got called out by other star players. And this wasn't about something that was on the field. This was just about, personally, you are a jerk and a
mother fastlander.
Yeah, man. You don't sign autographs. Like, you bring a teammate something, hey, son, as long as it's not I'm handing you a pack full of shirts or T-shirts or whatever to sign.
Even then, Carey, if you were my teammate and you brought me that,
you still sign it.
I signed him for my teammate.
Mm-hmm.
This particular teammate didn't sign anything for anybody. Hey, can you sign this for my little sister? No. Hey, my dad is not doing well. Can you sign? No. And so we had another teammate, call him out in the middle of a meeting. We don't do that here. And you better figure it out. And that teammate started signing autographs for teammates. Not a problem. So the only way this gets through, in my opinion, to a player, and this is on the field. This should never, you shouldn't have an issue off the field, but you should never have an issue with effort on the field.
Mm-hmm.
if you have someone, whether it be Patrick Mahomes, Drew Tranquill already tried it. Clearly, that didn't get through to him because he's the best defensive player, Chris Jones is. Patrick Mahomes got to say something to him. Travis Kelce got to say something to him. Yeah. Maybe Travis is not the right one because Travis kind of snaps on coaches and does his thing on the sideline too. But Patrick Mahomes, and it's not a, hey, what you doing, man?
Bro, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I've had that conversation, like when I didn't score on the goal line, on the 1 yard line against the San Diego Chargers when they were San Diego at the time, in the playoffs. Didn't score. Got a third down pass, didn't make the first down. And on Monday, right next to me was Larry Foote and James Ferrier. What's up, man? You good? Oh, yeah. Hey, man.
I thought I was.
We need you to make that play. We need you to score that touchdown. We need you to get that third down conversion. I felt like the worst person in the world. Next play, next game, AFC Championship game, I knocked the fast lane out because I'm not going to let these guys down no more. Mm-hmm. So somebody has to have a conversation. Hey, Chris, man, we can't do that. Mm-hmm. That's not the game on the line. You're the best player on the field. You got to make that play. Yep. You have to. And if you don't, we don't win. So got to be a conversation with your best players, from your best players, in my opinion.
That's what leadership's all about. Harry Hogue asked, why didn't you score, CD?
I got stopped.
Why?
They're on scholarship, too.
Who stopped you? Sean Merriman?
No, I don't even know. No, I don't remember. It was a fullback dive from the 1 yard line right up the middle.
You gotta get that.
I do. I did. Trust me. I needed to. I didn't.
Was it Junior Seau?
No, Junior wasn't there.
Okay.
Someone had a Carey Davis anytime touchdown. Somebody maybe
and they might have made a lot of money on that one.
Yeah. The odds are great.
Plus 5,000.
And they were there.
This is it.
Yeah. No.
Damn it, Carey.
Sean Merriman's doing the lightning dance, or whatever the hell he did. Remember that? Man, he was good for that one season.
We did win the game.
Well, there you go. Good.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, you gotta get in.
I do.
For that one boy.
You remember that one time when Carey said there's always a play that will stick with you the rest of your life? I think that might be one of them.
I got a few of them.
What's the one that keeps you up at night?
Well, not a play specifically. I mean, a game, a couple games. But that play, and it doesn't stick with me because we won the game. It's not like we lost. But the play that sticks with me is a high school play. We playing our rival, Hazelwood East, at Hazelwood East my senior year, and I fumbled. And it still sticks with me. It never goes away.
When was it?
Third quarter, fourth quarter. Yeah, I think I might have fumbled twice.
Oh, Carey.
It was a bad day, man.
Hey, we've all done it.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Bad day.
Yeah.
Still sticks with me.
Davis on the fumble.
Yep.
Did they call out your name and your number?
I'm sure they did.
Because that, you know what, from DeKalb certainly did. Stalter on the fumble. 34. Stalter. I get it. All right.
If you missed it, once again, Stalter 34.
On the fumble. Yeah.
On the fumble.
Yeah. I look over the side. I actually didn't even look at the sidelines. The coach is like, Stalter. I'm like, nah, let's just stay out. I'll just stay right here. All right, the Week 5 NFL stack-up is next. Let's see where Jacksonville ranks, and let's fight.
Duval.
That's next on 101 ESPN.
Circus Sports coming soon to the state of Missouri, December 1st, I believe. But until then, you can still get in on all the action. Get over to their website or the App Store and download Circus Sports Illinois. Right now, it's very user-friendly. You can bet on your favorite teams and players with ease. There's great player props. There's parlays on there. Great lines on futures bets. I'm looking at the Florida Panthers right now. I like them in the Stanley Cup. I know they're a favorite. I know I'm going to pay for that, but still, I like the Panthers in a futures bet for the Stanley Cup. Also, they've got tight money line splits available on a daily basis. And, of course, as always, the best odds of any app that is out there. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. They've got high betting limits as well. Just a lot of fun over there with Circa Sports, the world's largest sports book in the palm of your hand. So download and bet like a pro with your Circa Sports Illinois app. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the action over there at Circa Sports. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Stack up.
.502, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time for the Stack Up. This is where we put together our top 10 in the NFL, and this one could get interesting.
I think it's going to be a tough week. I think we're going to see a lot. We're going to see different things. Just my gut feeling.
Well, let's find out. Team number one. Team number one.
For me?
Jamie.
Detroit Lions.
Who would you like to present?
The Detroit Lions. Their point differential plus 62. They've got 4-game win streak right now. They look powerful. Defensively looking good. Offensively looking good. I mean, they've put up more points already in the first 5 games this year than they did last year. I got the Lions at 1.
Carey.
I have the Lions at 1 as well.
Wow.
Marshy.
Carey?
Yeah, I fished you.
Thank you.
No problem.
I also have the Detroit Lions.
Oh!
You guys are smoking.
You got it.
As am I. Lions, absolutely. No, this is the best team in the NFL right now. Especially after the way the Eagles lost to the Broncos, blew a sizable lead early on there. The Lions look, they haven't been overly tested of late.
No, they got some tough games coming up.
But they got some tough games. Yeah, so Lions. Number 2.
I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
I do. Shaky bakey. You can say whatever you want, but I mean, they're 4-1 right now. And I mean, they've played some big games. Maybe I've got them a little higher than I should. Maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment. But when I look at 4-1 teams across the league, right now, I mean, if I said, oh, they're going to play in the parking lot right now, I feel pretty good with the Bucs.
I got the Bucs here too.
Wow. Marsh?
I have the Indianapolis Colts. Also a 4-1 team. Their point differential is 74. That's the best in the NFL. Jonathan Taylor, it seems like he can't be stopped right now. I know we don't take them seriously because Daniel Jones is their quarterback, but this is a really good football team and they're winning games. I put Indy here, but obviously they have Tampa, so that looks like the direction we're going in.
Yeah, we're going to go Tampa because I have the Eagles here. The Eagles did beat Tampa 2 weeks ago, but I got to be honest, as much as I hate to say it, the Buccaneers, they're one of the more impressive teams. You better blow them out because if the game is close,
yeah.
They're going to get you. Well, they've done it 3 times now.
Their point differential, they usually win by 3 points. Their point differential on the season is +3.
They came back against Atlanta in week 1. They came back against Houston in week 2. Last week they came back against Seattle. The only game that they've lost thus far was the Philadelphia game, in which they almost came back, but the Eagles just had too big of a lead. So I have the Eagles too, but by default, with you guys having the Buccaneers are our number 2 team. What about number 3?
I have the Colts here at 3.
Okay.
I got the Eagles.
All right, so we're going to have an issue because you're going to present the Colts.
I am going to present the Colts.
I had the Bucs at 3.
Yeah.
I had the Eagles at 2.
Yeah.
So I would present the Eagles.
I'm going to present the Eagles. I think the Colts, yeah, it's been good. They beat up on the Dolphins. They beat up on the Raiders. Who else did they beat? They beat up on the Titans, and they beat the Broncos. So they really have
and
one.
The Bronco game was sketchy.
Correct. So they really have, in my opinion, one good win there.
Yeah.
Whereas the Eagles, yes, they took a tough loss. They lost to the Broncos at home. They were up 14. They didn't finish the game. Mm-hmm. There has been struggles with the offense, but again, we've seen this from this Eagles team. New offensive coordinator every year. I'm just saying, I think those things will get corrected. They're going to find a way to run the football. It's just called the run and hand it to him. It'll be okay.
Just hand it off to the guy.
Yeah. So I'm going to go stay with the Eagles.
I had the Eagles at 4. I would be fine with the Eagles at 3. I'm going to come back and present the argument the Colts at 4. Though.
I had the Colts at 4.
Can I try and sway you into the Colts?
You can try.
Okay, well, let's look at the Eagles. The Eagles have been on a downward trajectory, and we've noticed that for a couple weeks now. They probably should have lost to the Rams. Their running game is not where it needs to be right now. There's a lot of question marks surrounding their passing game, and their defense is not the same defense that we saw last year. They are not right now going in a direction that would land them at the number 3 team in the NFL. And I think this past week was a culmination of everything that we have seen leading up until week 5, and it finally bit them in the butt.
How much can you buy the Colts with the strength of schedule that rivals TCU?
Well, they're playing the teams in front of them, and I'm just looking at the point differential. It's not like they're winning; they're barely winning. Yeah, okay, the Denver game, but Denver just proved to us that they are better than what their record shows. They've lost. They haven't trailed going into week 5. They hadn't trailed in the fourth quarter, despite having 2 losses. They've lost twice on game-winning field goals.
That's why I gave them a good nod for the Denver win. That's the only good win they have, in my opinion.
They beat Denver. Who beat the Eagles?
The Eagles beat the Bucs, though.
The Eagles beat the Bucs and
I didn't have the Bucs at 2.
Well, you were.
The Eagles beat the Bucs and the Chiefs.
And are the Chiefs?
What do we do? We're deadlocked here. What do we do?
Yeah, he said he's going with the Eagles.
I said I don't have a problem going with the Eagles just based on strength of schedule. Marshy presents great facts as well, which is why I'd say if we're going to do it, go Eagles at 3, Colts at 4, though. Like, I can't have the Colts lower. I cannot
the Colts 4.
Have the Colts lower than 4.
I had the Colts at 4 anyway, so I'm fine. All right, so Eagles 3, Colts 4. Number 5, I'm gonna throw this to Carey because I think I know where he's going on this.
Oh.
He's got to.
I got the Bills at. I had the Bills at 4. I actually have the Jags in front of the Colts. So you all, and I got Bills and Jags in front of the Colts just because of the games that they've played. I didn't necessarily need to put the Colts at 4. But you all just went on and did it, so fast lane me.
But we all agreed. The three of us agreed. You would have.
So since I have the Bills at 4, they get bumped to 5.
I have the Bills at 5.
As do I.
I do too.
All right. Well, that works. Bills at 5.
Now I can get the Jags at 6.
I have the Jags at 6.
I also have the Jags at 6.
Look at this, guys.
Can we get one of these? There we go.
Yes. Good
all those together,
synergy.
Carey.
Synergy hockey.
SynergyHockeySkills.com.
Way to go, guys.
Camp's coming up. We got the Black Friday as well as holiday camps available.
There you go. All right. I think we're going to all disagree on 7. But, Jamie, you start us off. Who would you like to present?
I got the Broncos at 7.
Here we go. Carey?
I'm torn. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going Steelers at 7. They had a week off. They are the leaders in the division. We're not going to argue about how bad the division is. They took some time off to rest their minds and bodies while everybody else in the division stunk. And here they are sitting atop of the AFC North, where everyone knows they got the best quarterbacks in the division when they're healthy, and they are the best team in the damn division. No questions asked.
Yeah, I don't even have Pittsburgh in the top 10.
I don't either.
So Pittsburgh might be leading their division.
About 13.
They're also
I don't have in my top 10.
out of all the teams that have a winning record, Pittsburgh
Carey.
has a -2 point differential.
Yeah.
They're not a good team. I have San Francisco at 7.
What is their record? How many games have they lost?
Good team or good record?
It's all that matters.
Good teams. Your argument for the Colts then doesn't hold
good
water.
Good teams have good records. You know?
Your counter argument to the Colts
No, I
doesn't hold water.
I just had the Bills and the Jags ahead of them.
I understand.
Yeah, I still had them there.
I don't
have the Steelers on his list.
No.
Nor do you.
Nor do I.
You guys
don't.
are sick.
I think this team's
Steelers have
better than
beaten
them.
Purdue, Air Force, and
As Marshy said, you just play
San
who's on your
Jose and
schedule.
Akron.
You just play who's on your schedule.
All right,
But they're not impressive though.
So who do you have 7?
So I have Broncos, Steelers.
Says the man that wore a Steelers hat for a whole hour. You know? Of course, he wouldn't have the Steelers on his list.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
the
Let's find
Vikings.
out what he
Put
does
the Vikings
have.
at 10.
Hey.
I don't have the Vikings at 10. I don't think they're a good team right now. I'm being honest right now. I have San Francisco at 7.
As do I.
All right, well, then it's San Francisco.
At what point do we give credit to the 49ers?
Oh, why? Because they're leading the division?
No, because they're winning games against
And
teams.
leading the division?
They're winning games outright as underdogs.
It's terrible.
I started at quarterback last week
The Steelers were underdogs against the Vikings.
Oh, my God. It's Carey.
against the Vikings
With Carson Wentz.
And they
with a
won.
full team.
And they won.
Full team you
didn't
had.
get parameters
They
for
tried
what
to
the
lose.
underdog
I have the
looks like.
49ers at 8, so I'm
smokes.
fine at 7.
Thank you, Jamie. Bringing a little sensibility to this conversation.
Based on my 49ers at 8, now 7th, can I present the Broncos at 8?
You may.
Sure, whatever.
Well, you're gonna
No,
you're
not
gonna go
doing
Steelers
that.
here,
Don't
Steeler
take your
guy.
net.
You all don't even have the Steelers on your list.
We don't.
And I'll be damned if you put them at 10.
You know,
Okay, we
I'm not changing.
13.
Anthony, you know what? We'll put the Steelers at 10.
Nah, hell no. No. Keep them off. Keep them off your list. They don't want to be on your list anyways.
All right. Broncos at 8 for me.
This team's 3-2, but they went toe-to-toe with our number 2 team. I have the Seattle Seahawks.
As do I.
I got the Washington Commanders.
No.
The Commanders?
Yeah.
Team lost to Atlanta.
They lost to
giving
Atlanta,
up?
and they had some injuries, mainly the dang on starting quarterback, back, healthy. I got the Washington Commanders.
I had the Broncos. So
The starting quarterback didn't even play.
Seahawks.
All right, Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, I see. You know what? It's cool.
Have you seen the Seahawks
No,
play?
it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I watched them lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Cool. It's cool. You guys take teams that lose at home? Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's be for real. Come on, man.
We got the Eagles up
You
there.
got the dang on
They just
Washington
lost at
Commanders, flew all the way to California, beat the brakes off of the Chargers.
They were handed
and
the game.
No.
Quentin
no,
Johnson
they
just
took
said,
it.
here, you take
They
this.
took it. And you guys, the Seahawks, because you believe Sam Darnold has the most to damn prove this year.
Did you
And
see
he used
Sam
to play,
Darnold last
he
week?
used to play
He
for the
threw for 5
Vikings,
touchdowns.
so that's why he wants them to be successful. I see what you're doing here.
He had 5
I see what you're doing
tutties.
here.
Or 4, I can't remember.
Nah,
Either
cool.
way, Sam Darnold is dropping dimes.
And what happened?
His defense sucked.
They
He got
lost.
Baker Mayfield.
They lost.
A lot of teams get
What they
Baker.
finished? Dead last year, they had a good day.
All right.
A lot of teams get Baker.
Seahawks at 8.
Sam
Can I
Darnold's one
present
of the best quarterbacks in the league right
Can
now.
I present the Broncos
Yes,
at 9?
you may. I got the Broncos at 9.
I don't. They're on a bye. We cannot leave Green Bay out of here. I know they
Oh,
tied
team that
Dallas.
tied to
No,
Dallas?
we can.
Yeah, we can leave them off.
we can leave them off.
Yeah.
I mean, we can
they
put
lost to
them,
Cleveland.
We can
you
put
know.
them at 10.
We can leave them off.
I actually like them at 10. That's where I have the Packers at 10.
I have
know
the
what?
Packers at 9.
All right, Packers at 10.
All right.
Well, so I have the Packers at 9. But okay, but you're moving
Because the Broncos
down.
We've got the Broncos at 9.
Yeah, I like you guys.
And the Packers now at 10.
I
So
hope-
the
I hope
Packers.
everybody wins.
Carey, you don't want to be
Carey.
10.
I hope everybody wins.
Gary, your attitude sucks.
No,
It really does.
It does. When you're right, you're right. I am pissed off because y'all put the damn Seahawks at 3-2, and they just lost to the damn Tampa Bay
The
Buccaneers.
Seahawks would smoke the Steelers.
Do you think so?
More than
Yes.
close.
They already played them.
Yeah, and they did.
They didn't smoke them.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Your team was out there forgetting the kickoff rules.
They messed up the game. It was one guy. One
They
guy.
lost 31 to 17.
Carey.
That's not just a squeaker.
Carey, it's a team game.
They finished 3rd that day.
Whatever.
Sam Darnold, 28 of 34, 341 yards, 4 tutties.
He should have had 5.
Come on.
Should have threw the 5th one.
He should have.
Then maybe they'd have won. You know?
They did.
If you can't finish the game, then what good are you?
Got 2 good running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Smith and Jigba's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Would you like me to roll through these teams?
Please, yes.
I'll start at number 1 today.
Okay.
Detroit, number 1, those Lions.
Hear me roar,
Are
baby.
number 1. Number 2, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At 3, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. At 4, the Indianapolis Colts. At 5, the Buffalo Bills. Our number 6 team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 7, the San Francisco 49ers. At 8, Carey's least favorite team in the NFL, least favorite quarterback in the National Football League, Sam Darnold, Seattle Seahawks. And at number 9, we have the Denver Broncos. And at number 10, not the Steelers, the Green Bay
Carey,
Packers.
Can I be honest
Do
with
we
you?
forget how the
Hang on.
Seahawks barely beat the Arizona Cardinals?
Can I tell you a secret?
Go ahead.
I actually, if we were to expand this list to like 12, I'd probably have the Patriots ahead of the Steelers.
Ouch.
We beat them.
Yeah. I can't go that far.
We beat
Hey,
them.
see that Drake May? That guy's a player. That guy's a dog.
Whatever.
UNC doesn't even recognize him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because he is a Patriot.
The Packers blow the Bengals. Boy, we were really putting this number 10 to the test here.
How are the Buccaneers number 2? Can't go by record as everything.
I'm not.
Have you seen the Buccaneers?
Have you seen him play?
Have you seen him play?
Nope.
Have you seen Baker Mayfield?
You guys are
John, I love you, but come on.
You guys are all
Baker Mayfield's a god right
all
now.
hyped up off of the Baker Mayfield, and you
He's
know
been
how that's gonna
incredible.
turn
They're
out.
talking about MVP season for him today.
See if he can finish.
Well, I hope he does.
He will. They're going to win that
No, he's
division
gonna
by
finish.
14
He'll
games.
be healthy. See if he finishes winning.
Oh, let's see what your Steelers do.
Yeah, we will.
The Buccaneers are already
You
3-0
know
on
what?
the road.
Keep doubting
On the road.
Keep doubting the Pittsburgh Steelers as much as you want. All right, Ron, they just show you some
They
things.
gifted the division
He's
again.
gonna show you some things.
Well, you sure
Carey.
was running around the field last game.
Yeah,
Carey,
It's all
your
good.
confidence in the Steelers is as big as his helmet.
Yeah. Yep.
Lord helmet. Spaceballs 2 coming out soon.
Excited.
John said he agrees. Sorry, John. I got caught up in the emotion right there. I mean, come on. The rest of the division is Jake Browning. No offense to CMU Fire Up Chips, but Cooper Rush and Cleveland's backup, who's a rookie. That's a big-time competition there.
Just play who's on our schedule, according to Marshy. That's all we can do.
Sports
We didn't put
Six-Pack. Sports Six-Pack is next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Part 1 of the Sixer next. Carey, you clean up that attitude.
Seahawks.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The Air Comfort Service tax line is 314-399-9646. If you have a question for us for the Sports Six Pack, send it there. Marsh, question 1, please.
Question number 1.
All right, from the Intimidator.
Ooh.
Hey, boys, if you had the honor of introducing one Hall of Famer in any given sport, who would you choose?
Oh, man.
Jamie Rivers.
I'm not a Hall of Famer, Anthony.
My heart, you are. Same thing with you, Carey.
Appreciate that very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if this is the case, like, it's going to be somebody I played with because I feel like that's the best way to have the introduction. Like, I could say, I'd like to introduce Michael Jordan, but, like, what do I really know about Michael Jordan apart from he was a great basketball player, all his accolades? I could read it off a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I really know about Michael Jordan? That's it.
Right.
All I know is what I read, pretty much. So, for me, then, man, it's tough. It's a tough choice. I played with a lot of really good players. It'd probably be Brett Hull. Probably be Hull. He played with him 2 different teams. You know, he's a great friend. Spent many a nights together. I know him very well. I feel like that introduction could be very authentic because people think it's going to go one way, right? Oh, I was going to talk about all the wild times. Yeah, they'll be in there, but like talk about other stuff too, just how good of a teammate he was and that he was equally as good of a passer as he was a scorer, that his hockey IQ was off the charts, that he was an underrated penalty killer. All the things that you don't know. All you know is the one-timer and the golden hair, as Carey fell in love with that. You know?
Amazing.
Like, that's what people know the most of. Oh, he's wild, one-timer, the hair, that's Brett Hull. But no, it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Brett Hull would be my guy.
Yeah, I think it would have to be somebody you played with. I mean, it would be cool to, I don't know. For me, it might be somebody that I enjoyed watching or somebody that I enjoyed, that I learned about along the way, like a Jim Brown or Marshall Faulk for me was like just everything you could want in a running back.
Did you play against Marshall?
Yes. I think. I don't remember. Possibly.
Because that could be fun,
Maybe.
too, is introducing someone you played against from a different perspective, you know?
That would be like a Larry Fitzgerald for me, too, because just watching him, I played against him a couple of times, watching him, and hearing the stories about him as a player and as a person is just an outstanding human being. But, I mean, if you were asked to introduce anybody in their Hall of Fame speech, it would be an awesome honor to be a part of that. So, for me, anybody's getting inducted and want to holler at me, won't even charge you. Yeah, next great hockey player.
Could be.
Yeah.
Anthony?
I didn't play with any Hall of Famers, so I feel real weird.
Well, you don't have to feel weird. You watched a lot of football, a lot of different things.
You know, I'm not going to present somebody.
Why not?
Because they don't know me.
Yeah, but maybe that sometimes if people don't know you, do a great job.
I'm going to still stick with Jamie and Carey.
No,
I'd be honored to talk about you guys at the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Your respective Hall of Fames.
I appreciate that. Marshy, what about you?
I'm sure you guys would choose me too.
Of course.
So I will choose somebody else for Anthony. I'll go with Deion Sanders. That was his favorite football player growing up.
Yeah.
Would you thank him or would you be mad at him for making you like a team that's terrible now?
No, I would. Look, there's been some great times too. You know, it's not all bad, Jamie.
I know, you're right. All right, Marshy?
I'll go with Albert Pujols.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Albert Pujols had some of the, if not the best times here in St. Louis, not in L.A.
Yeah.
Well,
that's, you know what, though?
Carey would have him going in with an Angels cap on, not me.
He does have
You don't know you don't know what place he enjoyed the most.
Neither do you.
That's what I said. I don't know. But I, unlike the rest of you, don't assume. You know? Then you get Albert on and ask.
You know what assuming does?
Yeah, you do.
Makes an arsenic out of you and me.
That's correct. Well said.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
This one comes from Hockey Mike. Who leads the Blues defensemen in goals this year?
Wow, in goals?
Philip Broberg.
Logan Mayhew.
I think it's going to be Colton Parayko.
Why'd he look like that? Is he not a defenseman?
He is.
Well, why did Anthony looked at me like I had 4 heads over here because I gave a name. Like his name was much better and my name just stunk.
My name got 3 goals in the preseason.
Okay, it's a preseason.
Which translates to the regular season quite well.
It's an automatic.
Not really.
That right there is an automatic. I got Colton Parayko. The big man seems to find his way to the net an awful lot the last couple of years. So,
Marsh, would you like to select a different one so that we cover the board even more?
No, I think I might choose a player that you 3 have already mentioned, and
You should pick somebody different.
Could be Cam Fowler.
We could all
First Fowler.
Why don't you go Cam Fowler? You love Cam.
We could see
I do
this.
love Cam Fowler.
And come back to this later.
Okay, I'll go with Cam Fowler.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will.
Wow.
Once and for all.
Question number 3.
Well, the 636 brings up, much like it was discussed last week when talking all things CMU, are the Crimson Tide of Alabama walking into a trap game this weekend?
I don't think
No
they
trap
feel that
game.
way.
It's not a trap game. No.
I think Alabama
They know. They're aware of
is
Mizzou.
very aware of what's going on at Mizzou, and they're very aware of Bo Perbula and Amat Hardy. They're very, they'll be ready.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to get the B game.
While Mizzou has not faced Ty Simpson, let's keep in mind, too, that Alabama, when they ran over Mizzou last year, Brady Cook got hurt in the second quarter of that game.
He did.
And things went sideways in a hurry. So you can almost throw that game, not even almost, you can throw that game out. It won't matter. So, no, it's not a trap game at all.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, man.
I agree. Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack is next, so keep those questions coming in to 314-399-9646. Part 2, Sixer next.
St. Louis, get yourself over to Urban Chestnut. They've got so many amazing beers on their slate. They got the Zwickel, which everybody loves, but guess what? I love the brand new Zwickel Light. It's an elevated light beer brewed locally here by St. Louisans at the Urban Chestnut Brewery. It's crisp, clean, refreshing, and man, is it good when it's ice cold. Maybe even get yourself one of those frosty glasses, pour that Zwickel Light in there. Oh, glorious. 95 calories, 3.7 carbs, and I have declared it on these airwaves the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey, and I know about hockey, and I know about beer, and I know that Zwickel Light is fantastic. So please get yourself to the Urban Chestnut Brewery. Find yourself a Zwickel Light. I'm telling you, you're going to fall in love with it right away. It will be the favorite thing that you drink. And that's over at Urban Chestnut. Remember to visit urbanchestnut.com as well. Keep it light, keep it local, keep it over at Urban Chestnut.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues take on the Minnesota Wild to kick off their NHL season. On Thursday, you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop will be at 7. We talked with Blues forward Dylan Holloway earlier today. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Tonight, we'll have Game 3 between the Yankees and Blue Jays. Pregame starts at 6:30. First pitch is at 7:08. But coming up next, we have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack. Get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Part 2 of the Sixer is next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack is right now, 314-399-9646 to the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you got any questions for us, send them in. Marsh, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
A lot of people love Central Michigan, and we saw what happens when you lose a punishment, right? You can have your face painted. We get a text from 636. If Anthony were to lose the Pick'em Challenge and paint his face like Brandon Kiley, would he choose the dreaded brown and gold of Western Michigan and listen to their fight song all show? Or would you pick a different punishment or perhaps a different team?
I would pick a different punishment. I would choose to sit in silence for 10 minutes to think about what I've done.
That seems too easy.
That seems
It's like,
it doesn't even seem like a punishment.
No, it seems like something you'd enjoy.
10 minutes without...
Yeah, exactly. Like father of 3
we're
small
on?
children. Yeah, no.
Like 10 minutes by yourself?
What if we
All
put
by
you...
myself.
What if we were able to...
30 minutes then.
Lock you in a small room, and we get to pick the different music, noises, and sounds that you'd hear for an hour.
That sounds like torture.
Exactly.
No, really, like real torture.
Yeah, it's fun. Should try it.
I don't think...
We could give him a safe word.
Not that you've ever done anything like that.
You give him a safe word, like the word, like orange. And when he says it, you say, the fruit or the color.
And he has to guess the right one.
He does. If he doesn't,
Otherwise, he's
then
not
you
out.
change the safe word. Next one up.
Fine, I'll paint my face with the dreaded Bronco. I'll do that punishment.
You don't like
of
mine?
Anything that Jamie comes up with.
Why?
Yeah.
Mine's fun. You play with friends,
For you.
too.
For you. By the way, I think that was Splashback Deuce's question
Oh, nice.
from the old snake pit.
Okay.
All right,
Question
5.
number 5.
From the 636, aliens, a.k.a. Jamie, are invading Space Jam style, but we're not playing basketball. We're playing football. And you have to pick one quarterback that is retired, not named Tom Brady.
That's no fair.
Who are you choosing?
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but
Who
can
I
Peyton
would have
Manning
taken
even move
anyway.
anymore?
Not that this is no. Yeah, I don't know. What are we
can't
talking
move.
about? Are we talking about their powers, their ability when they were in their
No, I think
prime?
currently.
Right now.
I think you'd have to pick him right now.
Oh, current
It
quarterback
ain't gonna
that
be
is
Peyton Manning. He
retired.
would be my second choice, but he's not my first, like, for this.
That is not playing in this moment. I gotta
Drew
go.
Brees?
Yeah, I gotta go with somebody that's recently retired.
Phillip Rivers?
Potentially still. Phillip can't move either, though.
Yeah, but he can still throw the ball at least.
Can he?
I thought.
Thought he had a-
He almost came out of retirement.
Oh, he's
Joe Flacco.
He's not retired yet.
Yeah, we could retire him.
No.
So we have to choose. Marsh, can you read that again?
Yeah, you have to choose a quarterback that is retired, not named Tom Brady. Aliens are invading.
Oh,
and we need.
What about Tony Romo? Oh. Romo's still in pretty good shape.
And what do we need to do?
Basically,
Just to win a game?
You need to win
Yeah.
a big game. So Tony Romo would probably be off
bad
the list.
choice. Man, probably not a great choice. Win a big game.
Oh, I got one. Mark Sanchez.
No. I don't think we should go with the Sanchez.
What's wrong with
I don't know why he did that. I think
Also,
They won. You took the Jets to back-to-back AFC Championship games.
didn't win them though. Did not win them.
I wouldn't go with. He's got some other issues on his plate
Michael
right
Vick? Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Cam, when did Cam retire? He just retired a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Cam probably could still sling it.
I don't know. His shoulder was shot.
Yeah.
Vic probably still has an arm.
Yeah, probably too strong for our team.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
Hear me out on this.
Okay.
Obviously, the aliens are
Here
here.
comes a Vikings quarterback.
Absolutely not.
Randall Cunningham?
No.
Kurt Warner?
What do we need this quarterback to do? Because if it's
Win the game, and I'm thinking and be entertaining in the process. What about Ryan Fitzpatrick with the Fitz magic?
I don't want
No
Fitzmagic.
chance.
No?
I'm not,
Okay.
I'd take
Throwing
RG3
out
before I take
aliens
Fitzmagic.
and that game on the line, no chance.
No.
No chance.
What about Eli Manning? I actually saw him throw a ball the other day.
I didn't like Eli Manning when he played. I'm certainly not going to take him now.
He beat Tom Brady twice.
That's why I don't like him. Oh, he didn't. The team did. Right, Carey?
Exactly.
There you go.
You know how that works.
I don't know.
Selective.
Listen, when it works for me, yes.
Hey, we're actually getting.
At least you admit it.
We're getting some text messages.
Yeah, I don't
This
like
is
their
actually a good
picks.
one. What about Andrew Luck?
No, he retired because
He was
But he's
banged
still
up.
like he's still at a good age. Though,
if the
to play.
aliens get one lick on him early in the game, it might be over.
Yeah.
And you know they're going to get to
I
the
don't know
quarterback.
if we have any quarterbacks that are.
I say Vic.
I say Michael Vick, man. I bet he can still sling it, and we know he can probably still run a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Man.
Johnny Manziel?
No.
You don't want Johnny.
He'll be hammered the night before.
It might.
Or day of.
might.
Who's the quarterback that just
You want
retired
Sanchez?
from Utah? That was you gotta go with somebody young, man.
Utah.
Yeah, he was a really good
Chase
quarterback.
Daniels.
No, man.
Talking about Alex Smith?
No, he didn't make it. He didn't play in the NFL. He
Alex
retired.
Smith played in the NFL for a
No,
long
we got
time.
to
Went
take
to
a
Utah.
former NFL quarterback.
It didn't say former NFL.
It did say
The guy that was
retired NFL
He just said
quarterback.
Tom Brady was.
The guy that was always hurt for
Yeah.
Utah?
He was like a Heisman candidate.
Nah, we don't want him.
Why do we want that guy?
We don't even know his
He's
name.
playing in the NFL.
Cam Rising.
Cam Rising.
Cam
We
Rising.
can't even remember his name.
He's never
He's
healthy.
another guy that can't stay healthy.
crap.
Yeah.
Come on,
Tim
man.
Tebow? Hell no. He's still in great shape.
You know,
He did beat the Steelers.
But he's
He
not a
did.
very
That
good
playoff.
quarterback. But we could run the ball all freaking game.
we could.
With who? Bugs Bunny?
Well,
He's playing with
what
the
about
Looney
the
Tunes?
Tasmanian
All right.
Devil?
Well, he
Okay,
would
then
be
it
a
off
good
to
running
him.
back.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
he
on.
could be good.
Hold on.
What?
What about Derek Carr?
Oh.
He just retired.
We said a big game, though.
But
Yeah.
but you gotta have somebody healthy. Ish.
Why did he
He's
retire?
healthy. You don't know that. He's been done for 4 months. You know how much healing you do when you don't. And Jamie, come on. When you don't have
How?
to prepare, when you can just sit on your butt and relax, things heal.
I have never liked him as a quarterback. No chance.
Come on, man.
I would not sign that contract. The answer, that's a no for me, dog.
Same.
Well, we don't have a quarterback then.
Man. We said Vic.
We said Michael Vick.
You don't know if Michael Vick can throw a damn ball or run right now.
You know he can. You know he can.
I would put him up against Derek Carr right now. Right now. Call them both.
I agree, Jamie.
All right.
Jay Cutler.
What about a wide receiver? You had to pick a wide receiver.
He could throw.
Randy Moss.
No.
I'll tell you who's probably in still.
Jerry Rice.
No.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Julio Jones.
Larry
just retired.
Fitzgerald still looks pretty damn good.
Larry probably would be a good one.
I'd go with Chad Ochocinco.
What about
He's
Matt
in good
Ryan?
shape. You know who else is in good shape still? Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
T.O.'s still,
51 years
Yeah.
old.
he's still rocking it.
Well, it looks like the aliens are going to win.
No.
We're
Yes,
fine.
they are.
As long as we don't let Carey pick.
Whatever. What about Nick Foles? He always comes up big.
He could be.
No.
He always wins a
I'm
big
not
game.
putting the hopes of my planet.
Oh, Charles just said Nick Foles, too, in the snake pit.
Hell no.
Michael Vick. Final answer.
This is Atlanta bias if I've ever seen it.
That was your teammates. It was. It was one of the most incredible
When do you
athletes
think the
ever.
last time Michael Vick threw a ball? Listen, there's a stat where it's like, I don't know, once you get over 30, how many people run full speed? It's like 10% of the population or something like that. He's
We're
over
going to give a little runway for him to get in shape.
We didn't say that. The text does not say you get runway to get in shape.
I saw you guys run full speed when that tornado was coming. Down the hall.
Is that one ever going to get old?
No.
Never. Not for them.
Because
they're so brave, Jamie.
We were very brave.
They're very brave.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Clearly.
That's
You're
correct.
not supposed to.
If that's the case, I'm not playing by the rules. It's Tom Brady.
Plain.
It's Tom Brady.
That was part of the rule.
He might be an alien. Look at this guy. He's aging in reverse.
Yeah,
too.
we're playing Brady. That's why he was eliminated from the discussion.
Well, then I don't like our chances at
They
all.
stole Brady's power, probably.
Right, sure.
Grant Francis fan club says, "Can we have Giff Smith coach?"
Now, does Giff Smith coach offense, defense, special teams?
Does he still coach at all?
Defensive coach.
Was he actually ever a coach until they promoted him?
Nope, he was actually the copy guy. The Chargers.
He was the
they
get
said,
back guy.
Yeah.
Those guys are extremely important.
The owner got confused, thought he was an actual coach, and hired him.
Kind of a moron needs a get back guy. Come on.
You
Just
got to
get the
have
hell
a
off
get
the
back
field.
coach.
Why?
Because you got to get back.
Just stay off the damn field to start with.
You know how
Imagine
hard
being
it
like
is?
an NHL coach crawling
gotta
over the
bench.
boards onto the ice.
There's something preventing you.
Chief, get back on the bench.
There's something you got to climb over a hurdle to get onto the ice. On the field, you just keep walking, and then you get a coach that says, "Hey, you got to get out. You got to stay out of the white because the white is where the referees are running. You stay out of the white paint because if you run into the referee or he runs into you,
how about you stay behind the white paint?
Nobody's going to do that. Nobody.
Why?
You see how intense these coaches are? They're walking on the field.
It's just because
walking
they're
into people.
allowed to do that. You slap a shock collar on them for a half a season. Let's see if they go over the
That's
white
what the
paint.
get back coach is there for.
Nah, you just gonna. Yeah.
All right.
Kind of fun too. That was a bad call.
Question number 6.
All right, let's stick with hockey here since we're talking about it. On the 636 with Connor McDavid signing that 2-year contract to stay in Edmonton. Is there a chance Jordan Binnington signs a short deal to extend himself a few more years before the end of his contract?
Yeah, so I have said this now for a little bit. Jordan Binnington is 32 years old right now. I don't know when his birthday is, but I would imagine he's turning 33 during this season and turning 34 at some point during the last season that he's currently under contract for. I could see, realistically, a situation where Joel Hofer and Jordan Binnington swap. I can see where, especially because this Blues team, let's go one step further here. Colton Ellis, who was their number 3 goalie, is now no longer. Doug Armstrong, I mean, he's with Buffalo.
I mean,
he's with Buffalo.
He's no longer here.
He's no longer a Blue.
You sound like he's no longer with us.
No, he's still with us.
Okay,
he's
thank
alive
God.
and well in Buffalo right now. But Jordan Binnington, the Blues will probably be in their contending window at that point that we talked about, the prime of their contending window.
Mm-hmm.
So why would Jordan Binnington want to go somewhere else to end his career? I wouldn't. Look at Marc-Andre Fleury. He bounced around at the end and whatnot, but he's still a very capable goaltender. Why would you not, if you're the Blues, keep Jordan Binnington? Obviously, he won't make $6 million. He cut his salary down to $3 or $4 million. Joel Hofer now makes the $6 or $7 million. And it goes from, being Jordan Binnington with the lion's share to now Jordan Binnington's playing the same amount of games as Joel Hofer's playing.
Right.
I think it's a win-win for everybody.
I do too. Nice job, Jamie. You did it, son.
And he retires a Blue, and we get to hang the number 50 up in the rafters.
What we learned, 3 stars the day next on 101 ESPN.
How much Anthony hates it.
How would you like to get paid for your football hunches? Well, you can all season long at Underdog. You can select entries and win money right now in St. Louis, and you can do so from your couch. You don't have to worry about driving around trying to find a area in which you can play. You can play right here in Missouri. Playing on Underdog's easy. Choose whether or not players will go higher or lower on their stats. If you don't like a matchup, choose lower on rushing stats, passing yards, touchdowns. If you like a player's matchup, you can go higher on touchdowns, receiving yards. You get the idea. They even got fantasy points at Underdog. If you think a player's going to have a big fantasy day, put him in your card. If your entries are right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the app today. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5 at Underdog. Again, that promo code is just my first name, Anthony. Make sure you type that in either at the website or the Underdog app, and you cash in with $100 in bonus funds or entries. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. All the podcast information brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Very quickly, let's find out what everybody learned. Carey, what'd you learn?
I learned you all hate my Steelers.
Okay. Marshy.
I learned that Carey gets very upset when we talk crap on his Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Jamie.
Yeah, I learned that Carey's delusional when it comes to the Steelers.
Yeah. I learned that Carey cannot handle any sort of negative talk about his Steelers, even though it's very clear and obvious that they're not a top 10 team. Marshy, 3 stars.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, guys, our third star of the day goes out to Giff Smith.
Yes.
That's the rule. Anytime he's brought up, he deserves a star.
Yeah, great job that Giff Smith did.
Second star of the day goes out to a Carey Davis anytime touchdown.
Yes. Let's go.
That guy was
Well,
pissed.
yeah.
Or damn.
Yeah. Really is good, guys.
And gals.
And our first star of the day goes out to Blues forward. We have a lot of expectations, high expectations for him this season. Dylan Holloway.
Yes. Great interview today with Dylan. We appreciate his time.
Yes. Boy, I'm excited. Excited. Hockey's back, boys. Jamie already cashed in on his bet the board play. Nice job.
Thank you,
That was
Panthers.
easy. That was
and
an
Hawks.
easy one. Cashed in.
Easy.
That's a no sweat.
Easy money.
I'm still waiting for my game to play.
It's going to be a nice, easy evening now.
They haven't started yet?
They have not. No, a little shaky. Yankees and Blue Jays pregame at 6:30 right here on 101. First pitch, 7:08. So we'll have the Yankees Blue Jays game tonight right here on 101 ESPN. And of course, in 2 days, Blues Wild home opener.
Oh, baby.
And we'll have all the coverage on the Blues Radio Network. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis, for Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate all of you. See ya.